Alrighty, alrighty. My phone over here. How you guys doing? Let's see who's in the chat. We have AC, Postnut Clarity, Hennock. Good crowd here already. Holy shit. Great. I'm glad that you guys showed up this early. Let's see. I am just going to post the link to the stream. Oh wait, no, that's wrong link. I gotta get the link again. Alrighty, let me just send the link to the Discord channels that I usually send links to. Let's see. Oh wait, hold on. Forgot to add the rules. Scurvy. Just gotta get the links in here, and then we'll wait just a little, because I do need to use the little Clementine's room. I should have done that before, but busy time with you guys, so it's fine. Let's see. Yep. So I'll just let's see. I'll be right back, and then when I get back, we'll basically be ready to go. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Let's see. Sorry, that took a little bit longer than expected. Anyways. For tonight's show... Oh, perfect timing. We're about to start in about like a minute proper. So, let's see. Everything's all good on my end. Show's gonna be a little bit different tonight in format than a show usually would be, or a show episode, I should say. I'm not the creators of South Park. Oh man, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it just the same as any other episode. Okay. I'm nice and relaxed. I got my drink right next to me. So, let's see. Without further ado, let's just get right into it. So this is going to be the first time, I don't think it's the first time where the itinerary is basically just like, we're just watching a cavalcade of stuff. So that's kind of what we're doing. And then I'm also going to mix that in between with some threads that I find on Twitter. Go over that. But in terms of the videos, I'm going to try and bounce from, like comedic to more serious stuff, and then back to comedic, then back to serious. So we're having tonal whiplash throughout the whole stream. And we're just going to be watching the West burn. Ain't that fun? Ain't that peachy? Speaking of Twitter, I am going to... I wouldn't mind being your dreamy bowl emoji. God damn it, AC. Anyways, I'm just going to post that the link on my Twitter. I am live and we are going over the fall of the West, one video at and Twitter thread at a time. Well worded from Scurvy, if I say so myself. Alrighty. Without further ado, no more holding back. Let's get into our cavalcade of content that we're gonna be going over / reacting to, starting with an It's a Gundam video. I know you guys like it when I react to Gundam stuff, especially when I'm like really hammered through the night. Actually, one more thing. I'm just gonna take a shot real quick. I already have my drink ready, but I need some booze in my system before we do anything. This is already gonna start off pretty well. We have a video from It's a Gundam here. MILF Manor, the best societal decay on TV today. Of course, I was gonna start off with something cursed.
I had sex in a mall elevator after watching a late night movie.
This video is sponsored by Ground News. The political space of American videos and we are here supporting. Discovery was once educational in the long, long ago, when men wore piano key neckties and dinosaurs roamed the earth. It now mirrors our broken culture and posts absolute brain rot in the never-ending quest to sell streaming services subscriptions. MILF Manor was a show that cannot be explained, only experienced. The premise is horny old women go to an Airbnb in La Paz, Mexico, and try to bone young guys.
Hag maxing! Those guys are hag maxing! There's a new term for that now. It's hag maxing. Oh man, and the fact that this kind of relationship is becoming more popular, it's first of all, it's not natural. Okay, it's not like older guy, younger woman. 30-year-old guy, 20-year-old woman. Like, that's actually natural. What we're seeing here is not natural. We are looking at, well, exactly what, like Gundam put it. Just a bunch of horny old women trying to shag young guys. There's nothing about that kind of relationship is based on anything in evolution. It's based on the fact that these young guys are broke. Oh wait, hold on. Raise my volume. Video is like 50% louder than you. Yeah, I turned down the volume of the video. Just a titch. I'll turn it down a bit more. Basically. Oh man. Okay. Let me just get my train of thought back. As I was saying. This style, the only reason why a young man like myself would get into a hag-maxed relationship largely has to do with the fact of bills need to be paid. Nothing more, nothing less. Hey, and it's easy access. She's not going to put up much of a fuss. That's basically it. However, those women You know what we say about the wall. At age 30, wham! It happens every single time. And by wall, we mean fertility, not necessarily looks. But looks can also play a part of that too. Actually, hold on. Let me just see my sound settings real quick. Yep, it's good on my end. The wall is undefeated. Correct, Postnut.
As fast as humanly possible.
I win.
Yeah!
Oh! Finally won.
The young dudes on the show are there for easy ass and no class women and a bit of online clout. So their social medias can pop off. The bitches gotta know they have Riz. Don't get me wrong. I don't care if an old person bones a young person. Madonna's been sucking the blood out of 25-year-old men just as long as Leonardo DiCaprio has. Except it was with young women. But does it need to be a TV show? Well, apparently the answer is a resounding yes.
Apparently, everything needs to be a TV show these days. No matter how depraved / debaucherous it might be. I don't think debaucherous is a word. Debauchery is a word, but I'm not sure if debaucherous is.
Episode 1 gives you the backstory on all the women. Discovery does them no favors and lights them head on. Very poorly. So you can see every facial imperfection and line in their face. Like a New York road. Some of these women look
Wait. Let's go back.
face like a New York road.
Dunk. He just fucking falls in there.
Some of these women look rougher than the economy, with a personality that screams sociopathic narcissist. April J goes to her plastic surgeon in Beverly Hills and says, "Give me the Joan Rivers, please." Women with money either learn to age gracefully, or they get so much facial work done, they start to look like an Alpha Natiba from Stellar Blade. The worst part of all of this is, the Crypt Keeper thinks she's sexy as
because I'm very young, even though I'm probably
What?
You're like 25 years old, aren't you?
You're like 25 years old. Meanwhile, she's looking like fucking Turbo Granny here from Dan to Dan. She's just like, let me gobble your dong. That's what they're here for. Why are they doing all this? She just wants to gobble his dong. That's all. That's what this is for. It's just debauchery. Imagine if this was like the other way around. Imagine all the feminists that go re. Yeah, you're
There's
like 25
one
years
woman
old.
called Disco Mommy who uses more filters than YouTube's algorithm when checking my
I once dated a semi-ugly chick for her body. I tried not to look at her face the whole relationship. It helped that I had to keep her hands off me in public. She was a month older. Uh-oh, AC doing that hag maxing. I'm kidding. But, hey, I remember seeing a funny video on Twitter. It's like, it had, like, this Asian chick. It's, like, big tits, good-looking hips, nice ass. But her face was so, like, mutated and, like, weird-looking. And then the guy, like, you know, in that video, it's like, had a paper bag, put it over the camera to make it look like he was putting it over her face. That way he could go to town. Some butter faces are unavoidable. Yeah, that's true. I mean, when it comes to butter faces, like, I think it just depends on what the butter face looks like. Some are definitely a bit nicer looking than others. However, there's just some butter faces that are just like, no, I can't even, I won't even bother.
channel for violations. I'm serious, she's seen more pipe than the Keystone Pipeline.
I have 6 amazing kids, 3 girls and 3 boys, and I feel like I've been judged by having multiple kids from not having the same dad. In fact, that's the number one question people ask me, like, if from the same guy?
Bro, what the fuck? Single motherhood is way too permissible in today's society. It really is. It really should be a crime.
I'm like, no, why would I have 6 kids from the same guy? Hello?
That's why the lady is a tramp.
Why would I have 6 kids from the same guy? Hello? Yeah, that's not a red flag at all, am I right? God forbid. All of your kids are 100.
Butterfaces are prime examples of evolution. They have procreated through many generations being ugly, but that body, though, we must pass it on to the next generation. That's a good one, AC.
Percent blood related. She must have been rolling in 6 child support checks. But I guess I need to look at this from the lens of a bimbo who takes heavily filtered photos and posts them on Instagram for her serotonin hit. Or is it dopamine? It really doesn't matter.
It'd be funny if it weren't so pathetic.
I also noticed on season 1 and season 2, that maybe I'll look at later, they always have one mother on the show who had a child that died from some sort of odd circumstances. And the mothers always talk about how the kid is in heaven, hoping that their mother gets her back blown out by a hot young stud.
That's totally what the child would want. Totally. I can only imagine that kid in heaven was like, wow, mommy, get with that young stud. I'm proud of you. What happened? Okay. What happened? I mean, I know what happened that led to the creation of the show. Not in the production side, but certainly culturally. Yeah, sex, shock, and stupid. That's a good way to sell something to women, because that's what their sex is. Less sex, shock, and stupid. But my God, did anybody actually think it's like, maybe we shouldn't be airing this degeneracy? Maybe we should can this idea? I know it might sell gangbusters, but what about the integrity of our network? Yeah, no, I mean, of course they're not thinking that. These networks are ran by Jews who love to push this degeneracy.
My daughter
Fucking
was
course they would.
huge in my life about dating. She'd be the first person I would talk to, the first person I would ask. I mean, look, it's like love is in the air here. I am doing this for Ashley in a lot of ways because I think she wants me to be happy. I know she would want me to be in love, like, hey, that's the hope. Could I fall in love? Could I get married?
Can you imagine how many lives this is going to be saving?
She wants me to be happy and in love. Yeah, sure, lady. A 25-year-old dude with rock-hard abs addicted to social media is dying to marry a total mom bod and commit to her for the rest of her life. This is what the kids on TikTok call Delulu. Stephanie is an interesting case of thinking God has a plan for her to find a man.
God has long since abandoned her, I bet. After meat stick after meat stick after meat stick. Getting plowed over and over and over again. Not learning the lesson that she should have learned a long time ago. All at the same time, wearing a cross on her necklace. Thinking that God has a plan for me. No, I'm sorry. God does not have a plan for you. He did when you were married. When you were married to your husband. But I guess that didn't work out so well. When you break off, in the religious sense, when you break off the marriage, not only are you breaking off with the husband, but you're also breaking that covenant between you and God.
Man that wants to commit to her as well.
Help me, Jesus.
Because men around her age are playing
Christos is not gonna help you out now, lady.
the field. Honey.
He does have a plan. Desert Puniti. Oh man, that's a good one, Post Nut.
If you think an older man is playing the field, wait till you see the Instagram dating scene. Zoomers treat commitment worse than getting an STD.
Do you consider yourself a skater?
You know what?
And you think they're gonna stick with you. The men on the show reflect the generation. Flighty, annoying, vapid, interested in experiences
Pokemon
in
cards.
social media. But frankly, experiences aren't gonna pay your bills when you're 60 years old and you can't retire because you were too busy being a beach boy. It's due.
Yeah, so if you guys are like on, so how many of you guys are familiar with the whole Mouse Utopia experiment? And, you know, Calhoun's Mouse Utopia? I have a feeling some of you guys are. I guess for those who aren't, one of those distinctions that Calhoun made was something called the beautiful ones. So basically, the beautiful ones, all they cared about were like grooming themselves, making sure they looked good, but not actually continuing the species. Then that's what these guys are doing. Now, these are not bad-looking guys. However, all they care about is experiences for social media and looking good. They don't care about having kids. Why do you think they're on this show to begin with? Compa says, jokes aside, we are suffering from extreme hoflation. That's terrifying, the Mouse Utopia. Oh, yes it is. It's one of the most terrifying things I've ever heard about, / dug down that rabbit hole. It's crazy, the shit that happened in that experiment, because it mirrors our society so well.
Dudes with chick energy. But then again, it's the soft boy era on TikTok, drizzle, until World War III pops off, and we're all in the meat grinder to protect trans kids.
We're in the meat grinder to protect Dylan Mulvaney and his weird-looking self.
Stop him!
Joey is the Dollar General's Dennis Reynolds.
This is a duct tape, zip ties, and gloves. I have to have my tools.
This dude has discovered levels of thirst only Chris Chan can understand. Then again, his mother is Disco Mommy, so the apple doesn't fall far from the horny tree.
I bet Chris Chan is looking at that Kel bitch and he's like, well, I think Barb is hotter than her, if I'm being honest. I prefer to do soul bonding with my mom instead of another person's mom. That's Chris Chan in a nutshell.
I guess. Gabriel is Tommy Lee with Down syndrome. If you ever wonder what the Motley Crue drummer would have been like if he didn't have talent for drumming and apparently boning Playboy models, this guy is it. He is just living cringe.
Wait.
Boy models, this guy is it. He is just...
This faggot painted his nails! This faggot painted his nails! If that is a mark, right? A guy that looks like him, that is a mark for someone like me. That is like, okay, you're not straight, that's for sure. At the same time, my drunk ass would probably be like, hey there, how's it going? While also having a chick on my arm at the same time.
Living cringe.
Is this the mom-son swap show I watched with Gem Power? Maybe. If Gem Power is in the chat, yeah, feel free to confirm that.
I'm sorry.
Jimmy is the only dude on this show I remember because he got pink eye from eating ass.
Yeah! Wait.
On the show I remember because he got pink eye from eating ass.
Ew. Ew.
What the hell? What the hell?
What the hell is this?
That's right. While eating the booty like groceries, I guess the chick ripped one right in his eyeball.
Ah!
Ew.
That's vile. Ew. God damn it, Gundam. That's vile. This Jimmy guy's like, who would eat the ass of an old woman?
I would.
That's Jimmy. Bro, I was not ready for this stream and chat. I'm eating, guys. Too bad, AC. You're suffering with the rest of us. Imagine getting pink eye from hags. Oh. Well, I know what this guy would say.
I would.
It didn't go well. Frankly, that shit is iconic. I find myself referencing that more than I legally should be able to do.
Oh, hello,
It's a normal thing.
What?
Not the pink eye part.
20. No, I'm gonna be 21.
Not the pink eye part. No, it's not normal to eat ass. I think you have a legitimate mental problem if you do.
You're the baby. You gonna be 22, right?
I'm gonna be 22.
You gonna be 22, right? Okay.
What the hell is this?
Uh-oh, retard alert! Retard alert, class!
God damn it. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is awful. Don't put your tongue where it doesn't belong. That's a good life lesson, Postnut. That's a good life lesson right there. Oh, jeez. Not to mention the way that these fuckers flirt. It's awful. This is coming from a seasoned flirter. He's like, oh, you gonna be 22? No, you don't fucking do that. That's not game. That's not. Then again, these old hags, they're just looking to plot. They're just looking to get dick. That's all they're here for. In a rather beautiful part of Mexico, where the crime is probably low. Oh wait, it's Mexico. Of course, it's not low.
Beautiful ring, by the way.
Thank you.
It kind of reminds me of your face.
How do we...
D-E-N-N-I-S. The dentist system.
This guy has negative riz. But these old crones are so thirsty, he can say anything, and they'll lap it up like hungry street cats, looking for a bit of cream, if you catch my drift.
No.
Broke it down. The halfway point of episode 1, or it could be 2, I don't know, I've lost track of time.
Yeah, real impressive.
We watched the mothers feel up the sons in a moment of television debauchery that will live in infamy. This scene collectively made everyone who witnessed it uncomfortable, except for the thirsty moms, oiling up those hot young dukes.
Oh boy. Oh fuck. Love and Light TV, I hope this gives you some ideas on foreplay with Monty.
After all the body rubbing, Disco Mommy gives a rousing speech about loving younger men.
I think that's where society is totally messed up, because I attract a lot of younger men because I have a younger
Spirit.
Damn, Shinji. My mood exactly.
It was like hearing Winston Churchill's speech before the launch of D-Day. It was nothing short of inspiring. She was ready to slap skins.
This is your dad.
Till her son put the kill on humping a dude she's...
Okay. I am so tempted to say things that I really shouldn't say. However... Okay, no, Scurvy. Have some restraint. You do this all the time. You exercise restraint. You're going to do the same thing here right now. This little pep talk you're giving to yourself right now is going to end. You're going to finish up the video. You're not going to say anything that will get you kicked off YouTube. Is that understood? Yes, I understand, Scurvy. Okay, calm down. Calm down.
What the hell is this?
She's known for probably 6 hours at best. Now we understand why she's got 5 or 6 kids by different guys.
Same room on the left.
Same room on the left.
Oh!
Yeah, I'm gonna go in the second room on the left, fella. Yeah, I'm gonna use it's Scurvy, the dark side is seducing you. Okay, now I'm starting to sound like this.
God,
I'm losing brain cells. I'm losing IQ points watching this.
Oh my god. You gotta be joking.
Just chilling.
Bye, Joey.
Frankly, after watching 1.5 episodes, I could tell that my IQ was getting lower by the second. I suddenly had a love for Ozzy Osbourne and wanted to sell magic wands on Etsy, reasonably priced at either $4.20 or $6.66.
King Cobra.
If you want me to continue down this path of brain rot, give the video a like, share, and maybe a subscribe. If you don't, I'm sure as hell not watching the rest of this series. God have mercy. Discovery should be ashamed, but I guess they kind of were, because after season 1, they moved away from moms fighting to birth sons. Oh my god, I didn't even think I could say that on YouTube, dude. To just regular older women looking to bone younger dudes, and then the fathers get in the mix, and it's just like, whoever came up.
Oh my god, bro.
Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck?
That was painful. That was legitimately painful. What did you guys think of MILF Manor? Oh, God. God damn it. That really was something. Okay. Now onto something a bit more serious. Let's see. Okay, there we go.
are in.
Gotta turn this up just a little bit. Let me send the link to the pickle. Alrighty, so on to something a bit more serious and a bit more lengthy. We have Homath's newest video, Self-Maximize Part 2, Crisis. Why we are having a maturity crisis and what you could do about it. No eggs, Manor. That's a good one. We'll play
no eggs. No empty egg carton. You don't have any eggs. No eggs. No empty egg carton. You don't have any eggs.
Anyways, let's get on to this more serious video we have here.
In the middle of a maturity crisis. I talk about it a lot. I mostly use examples of women being immature.
I literally hate men!
But
I literally hate men! Fucking Britain. There's a reason why I find the accent repulsive. Like, you know, British or Australian. There's a reason why I find those accents to be repulsive. Especially when the woman starts screaming.
That's just because they remind me so much of my own experiences. One of the reasons they're more and more like this is that men are immature too, even in Korea. This girl said Korean men are so bad she'd rather go extinct than date them. And this is this.
And the funny thing is about the Korean men, they're also doing the passport bro thing. They are, they're meeting Thai women or Vietnamese women, and you know, staying in those countries, or you know, they take them back with them to Korea. Big mistake, but yeah, you know, they're from single moms. Absolutely, a lot of this behavior is like, you know, fatherless behavior.
Despite having stickers on her face like a child at a carnival. Why are we so immature? I believe that it's best explained by these memes about hard times creating strong men, and then strong men creating good times. Here's this guy building civilization, and then the good times create weak men. Wah, wah, I want everything for free, wah. And then the weak men creating hard times, and this is terrible. They didn't even use a drop shadow, but it says you are here, and I believe that's about accurate. I believe that that is about where we are in the process. Here's a better one. It even says people instead of men. That's because it's LinkedIn. That's actually the weak men creating hard times, now that I think of it. It's a strong Zazams. So civilization goes through these phases of decline and growth, and sometimes it's kind of irregular, but it generally sticks to the pattern. And here's a little map of it in the United States. These are the hard times creating strong men, who then create good times, which create weak men, who then create hard times, and then the strong men have to come back and do stuff again. And that repeats itself until Christ's return, I guess. This one kind of goes off the rails. And these are the easiest.
I'd love to be alive to see the second coming of Christ. I think that'd be really badass. And then I'd probably also confess him every single one of my sins. That's what I do personally.
Times we've ever had. This thing has 2 cup holders. So we're the weakest we've ever been. This guy volunteered to be in a fat nerd stock photo. Do you understand? This is not a performance. He needed to do this for money. We live in the worst of times. So times get good when people do stuff and make stuff and are productive, and times get bad when people want to have more stuff for doing less. That's equality. They want equality of gimme stuff and not equality of let me contribute. And this is
So, what's going on here, it's like, and I think he gets into this a little bit later on in the video, but quite literally, a lot of the systems we have in place, especially in Western governments that are bloated and bureaucratic, it's like they incentivize people to basically be, like, dependents on the state. And those dependents on the state, it's like they don't want this welfare state to end. They don't want the welfare state to end. They benefit from it, even at the cost of everything else. They're not the ones affected by it. However, for the taxpayers who actually have to pay for these people to live their, put it lightly, lifestyles, I wouldn't really say it's really living. But neither is being a 9-to-5 slave, where you barely have any like free time or whatnot to pursue bettering yourself in other ways other than work. But to expect that, like, everyone wants to be, like, nannied by the state, which is what bureaucratic governments like ours expect us to be, like, dependent on them. There's a reason why, like, daddy government is a common phrase among, right-leaning or libertarian circles. And that largely has to do with the fact that, the state wants us to be, stupid, ugly, fat, and lazy. Those are the greatest kinds of dependents. Because fat people, they need a lot more medical care than the thin people. And even though I know I'm overweight myself, I at least go to the gym. I'm trying to bulk up here, so that's a little different. But when it comes to the like the fat slob we saw in the stock photo, it's like, yeah, that is exactly what a leech is. That is a weak man. GJ says, society becomes Logan's Run, 1976.
All explainable in terms of masculinity and femininity, which is why it relates to dating. The masculine, positive, creative principle in all of us.
GJ, I like your profile picture. It's the poop squatch and it's mugshot.
Creates the value that we enjoy, and the negative female consumption principle decides what to do with it and who gets it and who spends money. It's basically who makes the money and who spends the money. And right now, our battery is dying because we have, I don't know which one is which, more negative than positive. There's more need than there is stuff for the needs. I made a Twitter post about this. The masculine creates, the feminine consumes, and that's why the feminine cannot be in charge of the masculine, because it sucks up all the value and then gets angry at the value creators for not making even more, which may or may not be why certain types of relationships have more anger. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. And a lot of women got pissy in the comments. Apparently.
Gee, I wonder why lesbian relationships always love to do the boom boom pow, and we're using punches here instead of the other implied meaning of boom boom pow. Ah, man, it's almost like two women are not meant to be together. Kind of the same thing. Ironically enough, the domestic abuse statistics are actually pretty low when it comes to gay men. Almost like, us guys prefer order and stability. We like stability.
Apparently I have womb envy. I'd love to be pregnant. And men who may as well be women. They argued that women create stuff too, mostly babies. There's childbirth, there's women create babies, which...
Ooh! I remember participating in that thread. That was a fun one. That was the first time I argued with that Twitch thought that I showed you guys last week.
Which is not a great argument, because if it's not my baby, if I didn't create it, then you're basically saying, here's 18 years of needs that are going to be on your tax bill. You're welcome. But of course it's true that both men and women both create and consume things. That's why I put a girl on the chart for you, and she even has a briefcase. There you go, sweetie. But
for my cranky Twitter commenters, yeah. Homath's detractors. I said it once, I'll say it again. Homath's detractors are absolutely retarded.
Of course, men earn more than women, and of course, women spend more than men. This is just on clothes, but extrapolate as you will. So this principle is easy to see in real life. You can't have consumption in charge of production or you run out of power. So as women lead the way into more and more feminine politics, we're looking at a blue wave, they're going to push for more collective redistribution of value, more taxes, more handouts, more equality, more give me, and not more let me help, which will remove men's incentive to try at all because their own choices don't matter because they can't support themselves anyway. That's what this chart illustrates. When you make stuff, that's the red arrows, some of the stuff you get to keep, and then you can use it to support yourself and the people you care about, or you can waste some of it, which some people do on mistakes and OnlyFans and drugs and crap. And sometimes when you make stuff, you have to give it to someone else, usually the government, who then wastes it on things that you hate. And this would be the feminine principle of we need, rather than the creator of the value getting to keep it and decide what to do with it. We're going to decide what to do with it. And we're getting very little back. We're giving a lot and getting less and less and supporting things that we don't even like and we don't even want around in the first place, like your baby. And that's why men are giving up, and that's why they're not growing up, and that's why they make women do this. It's because we have been robbed so badly to pay for things we hate that we don't have anything to invest in women. We're very low on good guy points. So it's a downward spiral of entitlement. The masculine tries to make its own way, and the feminine says, but we need. And then the masculine has less ability to make its own choices, and the feminine says, well, these men out here can't support us. We need.
And then don't forget, too, this is also... like you said, Hanak, communism, but also think about the standards that these women have. 6 foot tall, most importantly, 6 figures. It's the 6 figures part that drives most men up a wall. That's including the guys who also make that kind of money too. They don't want to date a gold digger. At the same time, the guys see these crazy standards, and it's like, nope, I'm just better either playing the field, or if they can, or just fucking, or going their own way. Both are, if you ask me, viable options, especially in the West. It's like what Legion of Men says, catch and release protocol. 666 Devil Chad. Yeah, they basically want Devil Chad.
We need, and more men drop out and become this guy. And unfortunately, men are going to have to grow up first and learn to create and provide things because women don't have to.
And that, I agree to an extent. I'm often a subscriber of just doing things for the hell of it. Like if you want to in terms of improvement or whatnot, it's I'm largely just doing it for the hell of it. Not necessarily that I want or don't want to. Aside from learning how to fight and lifting weights and all that, I actually do want to learn that. But when it comes to other things, it's I'm just gonna do it for the hell of it. And then you could actually build value that way because you're not really caring what these bitches think. So you absolutely can create value for yourself and your community, even if you do have a just that for the hell of it thing. Grow up. Tyrone Jr. needs a dad. Uncle Sam is the daddy.
be the table if they want. But the problem is, we can't continue to do this within the system because it will just continue to suck us dry, which makes us feel like this. So in this video, I'm gonna...
Yep, everything is insanely expensive.
Make the case that the system we live in has changed in a bad way. That's the context outside of ourselves, not really something we can do anything about, and it's been feeling like this for a while. I'm going to demonstrate what that system is doing to people, and then I'm going to give you my experience of that system as an example of why you should avoid Peter Pan syndrome, which is when you grow up into just a tall child. So if you think I'm worth listening to, if you get something out of my content, it's only because I fought through all these ups and downs, which is how I learned all of the stuff that I am trying to teach others. That's why this video is sponsored by my own product, SelfMax, an AI-driven self-improvement system.
Well, usually I skip sponsors, but let's actually hear this one. This is something Mr. Homath actually made himself, so...
SelfMax combines the power of artificial intelligence with my own psychologically informed insights on self-improvement to guide you towards creating the life that you want to live. SelfMax uses technology that actually learns about you and gives you customized suggestions. You can tell SelfMax about your goals and it'll keep you on track. You can use the feedback tool to tell it how things are going, and the system will help you readjust your strategy. This is great advice. I should be journaling about my travels. SelfMax even has tools to measure the level of psychological development that you're applying in your everyday life, and you can compare that to your overall score from Level Check, which is included. In short, SelfMax is an AI-powered system designed to help you discover who you are and what you want in every important part of your life, and then go make it happen. If you want to be a part of the solution and not this guy, you can subscribe to SelfMax right now using the link in the video description. You can sign up for $10 a month or get $20 off with an annual subscription. And if you already paid for Level Check, you get an additional $20 off an annual subscription. Use the promo code we posted in the Level Check Discord. So it's my hope that SelfMax can help make you become a part of the solution. It might also help to follow Nancy Pelosi's stock picks, but in order...
That's a good one there, Homath. It's probably a good idea to keep track of, you know, what Nancy Pelosi is investing into. You know, insider trading, am I right? I am not... Legally speaking, I am joking.
To be a part of the solution, we need to understand the problem and why times get good and bad and what it has to do with us trying. So first of all, what is the maturity crisis? Well, it's when people don't grow up. But what does that mean? Let's ask Google about immature men so we can get the approved perspective right next to the most immature possible Google Doodle. There are articles about it. I guess this guy's being a baby. Here's the same guy being comfy. Here's a guy yelling at a girl. Here's a guy yelling at his phone. That's even worse. Here's a guy playing with a toy. I guess maturity means more wheels. He's mad that he doesn't have more wheels. No, that's not going to do it. How about... No, I guess it's not about the number of wheels. It took a while, but Google actually gave a good suggestion. Immaturity is refusing to accept responsibility for one's own actions. And that's what people are doing more and more of these days, including me.
And that's the thing. That's something else too. Accountability in today's society, it's like this big taboo thing, but in reality, that's like a big tool to help you like improve yourself. Like absolutely. Grant some for the things that are in your locus of control, and if it is your fault, you will grow by saying, yeah, it's my fault. Other things are outside of your locus of control and can absolutely screw you over. That's when you actually can say, it wasn't my fault.
Used to be more like this. I still kind of am, but it's less my fault because the world is weird. It's full of people like this. By the way, please notice that this guy is getting closer to the correct set of wheels, and it's working a little bit better for him. Remember that. So then maturity, according to my little diagram, would be when you grow up and you get your little briefcase and you go off to work and you contribute value, which is, I try to use the red arrow consistently. You contribute value, you get paid for it, and you use your own choices to determine what you're going to do with it, whether it's going to go to tattoos and vacations to Dubai, or whether you're going to reinvest it in yourself and those you love and build a family or whatever you want to do. It's your choices. But of course, you are always going to have to kick some to the government. That's just the way things are. The problem begins when people collectively began taking so much of our effort and giving it to things that we don't want. If we get to keep what we...
Oh, especially in regards of the illegal invaders... Oh, absolutely, I'm pissed about how my tax dollars have been going to a bunch of fucking illegals. No, I don't care if it's a single mom bringing her kids. I don't give a shit. I am tired of invaders. And the kids that the invaders bring are just going to grow up to be little, you know, havoc creators themselves. It's cyclical.
We make We get to decide what happens with it. We don't get to decide what happens with this. And we are getting a worse and worse deal, which I read recently that we spent $450 billion on illegal immigrants last year. That makes me want to stop contributing and lay around on welfare like everyone else. And then I would be very immature, and then I would have nothing to offer women except for this stuff, and I would just be trying to get in this box again. And that makes women feel like this. Listen to what she says.
You guys need to freaking get it together. I want a family. I want kids.
I want a family. I want kids. And if you wanted a family and if you wanted kids, you wouldn't be sleeping around with a bunch of guys. Your flower would be untainted.
And you guys suck! Do I have to marry someone twice my age because y'all little boys act like little children?
And that hurts because I am twice her age, which some people find creepy, and I am also a little boy in some ways. It becomes obvious when you get to know me. And some of that is my own fault, but some of it isn't. And in my opinion, it mostly isn't. Let me explain using my favorite map. This is my version of the Aqua map. Credit to Ken Wilber, who created the system. I just made it more readable, and trust me, this is more readable. I'm going to focus on the quadrants right now. I'll make them bigger. There we go. This is not as complicated as it looks. It's basically just 1, 2, 3, 4 different ways of looking at things that you have to include in every answer, or you're doing it wrong. We all get in a lot of internet arguments, probably me more than you. Sometimes people will say things like skill issue, which...
Oh boy, well, I've gotten into quite a few, but I don't think I could outmatch you or Sheffo, Mr. Homath.
Means either you don't get how to do it or you're doing it wrong with your actions in the real world. Sometimes people will say things like, that's a systemic problem, meaning that it is outside of the individual and it's more of a contextual problem that an individual cannot solve with their own mind or their own actions. Those answers that address only one of these boxes are almost always wrong because they don't include the other boxes. Maybe this will be more clear. This is your mind, and this is what you think and what you know and how you feel and how smart you are. And then this is all the minds around you, which you can't really directly change. God knows I've tried. And then this would be your behavior, the actual physical things you do in the world. And then this would be the behavior of everyone and everything around you, which again, you can't necessarily control. So this is what you have control over inside of your mind and outside in what you do. And then this would be how everyone thinks around you and the belief structures that you exist in, and this would be the physical system that you exist in, which you can't really control. My life is full of realization.
Yeah, it's like, it's that concept of locus of control that I briefly glossed over earlier. He just basically expanded on it, like, quite a bit. So let's see Mr. Homath go over his life.
Like when I was 12, it hit me like a ton of bricks that grown-ups around me didn't actually know what was going on, and that bummed me out for a while. That would be an example of my culture telling me things that don't make sense and don't function in the world, and then me using my mind to learn how to interact with that.
Be things what people like. It's like, I've tried, like, believe me, I've tried doing that in my younger years. I don't do that anymore because, once again, fuck society. So... it's only fair. I'm just going about life how I go about it. And you know, ain't nothing or no one gonna stop me from trying to live a virtuous life, which is completely antithetical to what our culture wants from us, or me. Sorry society, but I'd rather not be empty on the inside. Not anymore.
But my life is also full of things that completely destroyed my life that were absolutely no fault of my own. And when I tell people about that, which 100% belongs here, people will say...
Wait, so... I remember a lot of this stuff too, when the lockdowns were going on. Holy shit, that... like Homath here, that shit really disrupted my life. So I felt like, things were finally going to be different when I transferred schools. No, I transferred right in the middle of a fucking pandemic, and I was the one being blamed for a lot of things. It's like, it's your fault that it's your fault that you don't want to go along with the lockdown shit. It is your fault for not dealing with things as well as you should be. It's like, well, I'm sorry that I notice a society that's going crazy. Sorry.
skill issue, bruh. So they're blaming me for things that happened to me, which in many cases is just another form of transferring energy from some people to other people where I wouldn't want to put it in the first place, rather than letting me have control of my own life, which again makes me want to check out and be a little boy. Here's a great example. Marie here can tell that I have a problem with owning my situation, which is weird to say considering what it takes to do this in 1 year. And what she means is that my problem exists only here, in my mind, and that's never true. You have to acknowledge all 4 of these in every case. Sometimes
and that is correct. You like, in terms of like, you know, my job prospect or whatnot while I'm in grad school. I there's a reason why I'm taking less classes, because I'd actually like to do somewhat of a part-time job. And I when I was going through like like, you know, each of these 4 quadrants basically, it's like, okay, I want to get the job. I know I could get the job. I'm doing all the right behaviors to make it, you know, to show that I'm interested in getting the job. However, the system that is in place, the DEI shit, and, you know, what our society believes in, that's preventing me from getting that part-time job. Same thing applies to the culture and the mass mind.
Problems originate in your culture or your society and affect you in an inward way, and you have to use your mind and behavior to deal with them, and sometimes they're very hard to deal with. So ideas like this, that I have a problem with owning my situation, are something that men are very used to hearing. Any problem that you have that originates out here is your responsibility, and this is consistent with the ick indicator. If you can't do it, if you're not doing enough, then you're just icky. On the other hand, women are often encouraged to believe that they are.
I think one of my favorite like charts from Homath is easily the ick indicator, because it shows just like how fucking petty the modern woman is, how many modern women are so petty these days. There we go. I changed the wording around on that sentence.
Are systemically and structurally oppressed, which would mean that their problems all originate out here and never with themselves where they would have responsibility, and that comparing this to women saying mean things about men is stupid, which is a denial that men have any problems out here at all. This exposes a deep feature of human psychology, which is clearly exposed by these social experiments where when a man pretends to attack a woman, others rush in to help, but when the same woman pretends to attack a man...
Wait. It's Ock TV. I remember those guys. I'm Ethan Bradbury. I remember that. Good old days of 2016, when prank channels were the menace of the week, and not our governments. Oh wait, they always were the menaces. But hey, at least you know, Ethan Klein making fun of these people, that was actually funny.
And others walk by and do nothing, or even film it for fun. And this guy even joins in, meaning that humans tend to perceive a problem outside.
Fucking Gorse, the guy who joined in was black. Pattern recognition, people.
Of a woman as a man's fault, and a problem outside of a man as a man's fault.
Yes,
as always, they say it themselves. Every single bad gendered thing men face is caused by misogyny and patriarchy. Men, misandry isn't real because there is no systemic system. This is Bugman word salad. This is what's in power.
What? What?
What the hell is this?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Right now. Here's his bio. Check this out. Victim mentality, pronouns, victim mentality, oppressed group, Superman movie. Those are all collective, needs-based, feminine orientations that put him in the group that benefits from equality, which is really just redistribution. In other words, everything bad is you and everything good is me, so gimme. And of course, it doesn't stop at men and women. Anyone who's seen as an oppressor has responsibility.
Wait. I'm just gonna grab me another drink, and I won't be long at all. myself another drink. And yeah, I wouldn't say equality equals superiority. I would say equality is tyranny. Which I think we're going to watch that video from Spoon after our next comedic video. But we're still in the middle of this one.
And anyone who's seen as oppressed does not. And this does not stop in politics or the workplace, leading to an energy transfer in one direction. So as this transfer starts to happen, some people are seen as responsible for more and more, and others for less and less. So these people think that they have a high-minded philosophy, but really they are just acting out selfish, unconscious instincts. I'll do another video going over how this level tries to be nice to everyone, and it enables this one, and it's getting really bad. And it needs to be called out. That's why people love it when I make fun of these TikTok girls, because they're always saying, why don't men get it, and why can't men do better? And they're never saying, what's causing this to happen to men, and why does no one care?
Because they're intellectually incapable of doing that. Like, it is what it is. Like, and for the women who can own that, their lives are far better off, and letting the men taking care of that while they focus more on an internal sense of their locus of control, not on we need to protest and change the society for our benefit, and all this protest bullshit that Western women seemingly love to do these days. Yeah. It's far better for them to know that they'll be far happier when they stop worrying about like all this stupid political shit that ultimately doesn't matter. Like that, it does not matter for us Americans what happens in Israel and Palestine. What does matter is our tax dollars going to those countries that don't fucking need it, especially Israel and Ukraine. And basically every country. We don't need to have foreign aid. It's stupid. Let them fix themselves.
In other words, why are men the problem, and never, why do men have problems? Well, maybe not never. There are some women who are helping, thank you, Sarah. And it creates this horrible cycle of men losing their power to support themselves and others, and then women saying, well, what the hell is wrong with men? Why can't they do this anymore? Now we need the government to take even more away so that we can be supported collectively. And at some point, the men just start to go, you know what, this is better. I'll just be a fat nerd. So I hope you get it by now. Men are not being babies for nothing. They're getting a worse and worse deal. They're putting in more and more, and it's going to places that they don't even want it to go, which bums them out, and they have less and less to make their own lives with. And this is an economic-based chart, but this is not just money. This is like social inclusion and attitudes about you. Men are being expected to put in more.
And we're also being expected to put in more into a system that clearly fucking hates us. Like, they do not like men. And if they do, and the men that they do like are illegals. Criminals. A bunch of dumbasses. They're not talking about, you know, the hardworking, white, Hispanic, black, Asian, all the other ethnic groups. They're not talking about those guys. And by, you know, the hardworking black guy, I mean, like, the coon, as low-tier God would put it. The coons. Which, hey, props to those guys for, you know, getting out of, quote-unquote, black culture.
More and get less and be happy with it, and that's not a deal that you would like. You would feel like that too. So how is this situation affecting us? Well, as people get a worse and worse deal that's more here and less here, and they lose their ability to support themselves and create the lives they want, they tend to lose their purpose and their drive to do things independently, and they tend to just lay around and consume resources. And that has real psychological effects. This is the levels section of my Aqua chart by Ken Wilber. Now, I don't have any data on this, but it really seems to me like I'm seeing fewer and fewer young people up at these higher levels of development. These are very rare anyway. But when I was in my 20s,
I mean, they want your resources regardless whether they love or hate you. But, however, like, people would definitely, you know, be more supportive of, like, the current regime if the current regime actually, like, was like, oh, we actually value your contribution, and we're not going, and your tax dollars are going to go to places that actually benefit everyone. the average American, better roads, stuff that our tax dollars could actually be useful for, not funding programs for illegal immigrants. Who wants to participate? Who wants to give hard-earned money to help a bunch of illegals who crossed the border illegally? And also to let Haitians eat our pets.
I remember meeting a lot of people who were here and here, and when I talk to people in their 20s today, it feels like they're mostly here and some here with only a few at level 5. And that would be pretty bad if that was true, because the United States of America used to be centered at level 5, what I call the achieve level. It's the rational, scientific, objective level. It's the one that goes beyond religious thinking and we're right because we're right, and it's like, well, what is really true? Let's observe it. So if we are sinking below that, that's going to have really bad effects. One of the researchers on my chart is Lawrence Kohlberg. He has his own level system. This would be level 1 and level 7 on my chart. Now, I hate to say this, I really do, but Kohlberg's research showed that the average adolescent female had attained a moral judgment rating of stage 3, which is good boy, nice girl morality, while the average adolescent male had attained a score at level 4, which is law and order mentality, and were more likely to move on to post-conventional levels. The main criticism of Kohlberg comes from Carol Gilligan, who claimed that,
"Oh, Matt, don't be afraid to say that. It's true. Like, in terms of like a woman and like how much she could process, us guys, we are on average, we are smarter. We are smarter and we are stronger. Of course, we are going to achieve higher levels of consciousness because male nature is about order. Like, beyond animalistic needs, like, it is about, maintaining order, and that kind of mentality innately causes, greater levels of consciousness to be achieved. A woman, can only go so far. That's what I'm trying to say here. And in terms of the good boy / nice girl dichotomy, all that stuff, it's like, that's the highest she could achieve. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing, because loyalty is absolutely a good quality in a woman. But she's not using that loyalty reasoning to help build a family. No, she's using it to try to help, this bullshit regime stay in power. Why do you think these dumbass women always vote Democrat? There's the ones who vote Republican are probably have more IQ than their Democrat counterparts, and that's saying something.
There were different developmental scales for males and females, and of course, both are equally valid. Equal. The problem is she doesn't prove there are two different scales. She just says there are, and if you don't believe her, you're mean. On the other hand, you can prove Kohlberg's system in your own personal life, especially if you know younger people. You can watch them develop through these levels, both boys.
Hell, I could actually take a look at this myself. In terms of the good boy attitude, I wasn't the rebellious one until I was in my 20s. Quite literally, until I was 20.
Boys and girls, and you can watch where they stop growing. And of course, I do know women at these higher levels, just not as many. Sorry, it's science. So it's not two different scales, it's one scale that you can go through in a boyish way or a girlish way. Fun fact, boys tend to have an easier time with the odd number.
And the girls who are on those higher levels understand that feminism is entirely stupid and that women voting is not a good thing. Few and far between.
Levels and girls with the even numbered levels. I've known a lot of women who do not want to leave this stage. So let's put that all together. If the science is correct that women tend to stop developing in the good boy, good girl stage, and men tend to stop developing in the law and order.
So what's that phrase again? It's like, I think it's like women raise children, men raise people or adults, something like that. Yeah, you could definitely see that.
order stage, but also are more likely than women to move on to the higher stages. And if women prefer a particular political party that has been getting all the victories for 100 years, and if that party is taking men's power away by collectivizing everything and putting it in places where men would not choose to, and if women were increasingly occupying seats of political power, well then, you would expect to see our society degrade from a law and order morality to a good boy, good girl morality.
So, authoritarianism in the political sense. How does that Bedman meme video go again? It's like a man extrapolated to his political extremes is a fascist, and a woman extrapolated to her political extremes is libertarian socialist at best, communist, communist at worst, who wants a globalist welfare nanny state. Yeah, I think that's how that went.
Wouldn't you? We need to be more nice! If you do not now recognize the fall from here to here as the cause of every major problem in the last 30 years, I don't know what planet you're on. Law and order doesn't fix the homeless camps because it wouldn't be nice. Law and order cannot close the borders because it wouldn't be nice to keep people out. Apparently, it's not even nice to have rules about who is qualified to do important things. Now, I'm not...
This Downey is gonna be like, this Downey in the court case is gonna be like,
you talk like a fag, and your shit's all retarded.
That, and where's my Brondo button?
Brondo's got what plants crave.
Yeah, I could only
attacking
imagine.
people with Down syndrome. I'm just stating the fact that very...
Hey, and like Homath, I'm just joking. I'm also a little bit retarded too. Autism spectrum or whatnot. I'm a Spurg, so, and, when it comes to us fellow disabled people, we do like to rip on each other quite frequently. So if there's any leftist watching, don't cry your eyes out because the orange said retard.
Very low IQ, and this is average, is one of the defining characteristics of Down syndrome. The chances that this woman has an average level of intelligence are 1 out of many thousands. Do you really want her to be your lawyer? Is it worth being nice? And here's the first...
No. I really don't want her to be my lawyer. I do not. Look, an autistic lawyer can do just fine. Especially if he's on the higher end of the spectrum with high IQ. That is a trait of high functioning people on the spectrum, is that our IQ is actually higher than average. However, when it comes to a Downey, if the greatest IQ that they have is like in the 80s, like that maybe just maybe she should have done something else that doesn't require an insane amount of IQ, because being a lawyer is that requires a certain amount of IQ if you really want to be good at it. And even then, a lot of lawyers, I could kind of school them in an argument. So that says something about our legal system.
Article from Google about her written in nice girl language.
Fuck yeah!
Graduating was not an easy feat because of typical societal prejudices and academic challenges towards those with Down syndrome. In other words, everything around her, but not her. Some states are even getting rid of bail because it isn't nice to poor people. God forbid we be...
Oh no! God, I'll let him finish. I was gonna say something
unfair to criminals. And
oh no! Oh no! We can't be mean to criminals. We can't be mean to violent first degree murderers and rapists. Oh, we can't do. That's too mean. No, we can't have people rotting in jail cells where they rightfully fucking belong. We can't have that. We're a polite society. We're a high trust society. We can let these people go. We trust that they'll learn their lesson. We're just gonna give them a slap on the wrist and everything is gonna be hunky-dory. And wouldn't you know, we're seeing this in Europe. I think there was like a pro-Palestine demonstrator. We'll refer to him as that. He is dysgenic, absolutely. He got arrested 20 times in Berlin. Got out every single time. Every single time. Well, polite society is getting taken over. That is correct, Hanok. Like, illegal immigration, or as I should be saying, invasion. Like, you know, it takes high trust societies. And that takes it down to low trust. It's meant to destabilize. It's meant to disrupt. Illegal immigration is a key part of Marxism.
Instead, they're replacing it with a risk assessment system. And who do you think is assessing the risk? I bet it's her. And I bet she's a DEI hire too, because that's the nice way to select employees, like flowers and butterflies. So men are more inclined than women to enforce the rules that make society function. But times got a little too good, and men got a little too soft, and they stopped standing up for what's right in favor of self-interest and avoiding punishment, which means going along to get along. You know, like a good boy. So now, nobody's saying no to infinity equality, which means focusing on collective needs.
The backlash against quote-unquote infinite equality, it finally has begun. And honestly, I'd say it began like about 2 years ago. We're finally starting to see like some like people actually get their balls back and say, this is not right. I am tired of this happening in my country. And the government, on the other hand, wants this hell to continue because it benefits them.
Instead of individual contributions, and even the men who do want to grow up and are trying as hard as they can no longer have the resources and the social capital to do so, leading to an army of youth.
Ooh, that's a big one too. Social capital. And you could directly compare the downward trend of people having social capital to like religiosity in the country, or in the West even. Though even then, I think with more people starting to realize the error of their ways, like yours truly, I was an atheist for quite a bit. I'm not now. If you go to my Twitter profile, you can see that I have the Orthodox cross on it. My belief system is, well, you know, Orthodox Christianity. No doubt that people like me have kind of stemmed the tide a little bit, or the tide isn't going as crazy when it comes to the downfall of religiosity in the States. But it's still happening, though, unfortunately. And there's reasons, like especially when it comes to the decline of Catholicism. I mean, you know the Catholic priest jokes already. Even though a child is way more likely to be molested by a public school teacher or a rabbi than they are a Catholic priest. But that aside, it's like, yeah, I could absolutely see why people just are leaving the churches en masse, even if that tide is starting to slow down a bit.
Useless boy men. So how bad is this going to get? Well, that's really up to you. I agree that incentives are pretty low right now to participate in the system, but you and I don't have any control over that. We only have control over what we think and what we do.
Hey, Satanar, how's it going?
And the more that you check out, the more of this we're going to get and the less of this. So if we don't want hard times, we need to be strong men. And I'm showing you how to do it right now. I'm saying...
aside from the self-maximize stuff, another way that you could become a strong man is you don't go along with any of this shit. You don't go along with the DEI. Like, if you have your own company, you don't go along with the DEI hiring. If you're in a predominantly male space, it's like, hey, maybe say no to a woman who's trying to get in there, because it will fuck up the dynamic. And there's a lot of other things I could list that might be a little bit too spicy for YouTube, but I think you get the point. Oh, wait, I do have one more thing. If you are someone on the right, I'm not saying you have to be a right-winger or a Republican or your version of the Republican Party in your country. But if your beliefs fall somewhere on the right, and if you want to get into game development, like, absolutely do it. We need, us gamers, we would love to have some good games to play.
Things that might make people upset, but they're true, and the rules that society stands on have to be based on truth and not on being nice, because nice girl rule.
Well, I mean, hey, I on my Twitter account, I love talking about the forbidden. Even if some of that is applicable to me, I don't give a shit. I'm so used to hearing the truth about so much. It's just like, you become kind of numb to it in a way. It's like, okay, most likely this is true. The argument is convincing, so I'm going to believe that it is true. Men are strong men are pretty simple in that regard. We don't have the social consensus filter that weak men and women do when it comes to determining whether or not something is true or false. And oftentimes it's like, hey, you made a good argument. I'm convinced. that's what happened. Like, when I got a Twitter account, it's like some convictions that I had, it's like I changed my mind on some of them, because the arguments on the other side of that, it's like, they were convincing. Some of them are just pure schizo ramblings that are just like, oh, okay, yeah, just keep talking. But others are, like, pretty well articulated. So, yeah. What am I getting at with all this? I guess the other way you could push back against this too is, like, don't follow with this census morality. Joel says the right and left are playing the middle. The right and left are the same. Yes, they are. They are a uniparty. I firmly believe that. The Republican Party and the Democrat Party, they're just one big political party. And, the Republican Party is stupid, as the aristocratic utensil would say. The Democrat Party is evil. The Republican Party is stupid. And those two parties get together and do stupid and evil things.
Always give everything away to whoever cries the loudest, and then all the men get tired of that, and then they check out and stop being productive and join the welfare gang, and times get bad. So how's this gonna end? There's really only one way it can end, and that's strong men making good times, which means that you are gonna have to fight for your own choices to benefit yourself instead of the welfare gang. And I think you should do that now while we're still in the early part of this, because if you don't, then you're gonna be forced to when we get here. And remember, we're coming off the best times we've ever had, which means we might be headed for the worst. A lot of my followers say,
what's the name of that principle? I guess karma? Like, we had things so good for so long that by the time a collapse does happen, it's gonna be worse than the fall of Rome. The right is the same as in the mainstream politically acceptable right, yeah. The real actual right wing was outlawed after World War II. That's actually what the entire war was about, or a lot of that war. Oh man, Satanar, holy shit. You should see the kind of stuff that I repost on my Twitter. I think you'd get a real kick out of it. But also, it's like, holy shit, that is absolutely correct. And now we are seeing, like, hell, even I get pushback on Twitter for saying something that goes way beyond what is, acceptable, so to speak. Especially when it comes to our overlords. Funny stuff. Funny stuff.
Why bother when it's not worth it, when we have to give so much to get so little? And what I'm telling you is there are ways to make it worth it. There are things you can do for yourself that they cannot take away from you through the system. So your choices for who you want to become are not limited to this guy or this guy. You can also be this guy, the Norman Rockwell telling the truth man. I'll just put them right here next to my balsamic vinegar stains. I'm shooting in Airbnbs, okay? There's limited table space. The point is that being this guy isn't going to solve the problem. It's going to make it worse through being complicit out of fear. And being this guy might be comfy for a while, but it's going to make the problem worse by
short-term comfort for long-term suffering. That's why you gotta put yourself in. You gotta forge yourself in that fire. I think like one of Better Bachelor's video titles is like, in the hottest of fire, the strongest of men get forged, or something like that. And it's like, that's true. The harder the life you live, the more suffering you have, and it's like, the stronger you're gonna be.
By not even trying to do what you have to do to make your own life. And being this guy might be uncomfy, but it's the only way to make things better, because this is how you grow up, by taking more responsibility for how you relate to your world, and more responsible means more mature, which is the only way to make your own choices become your reality.
That is also that's also correct too, to an extent. Obviously, you do want to. I think the goal for a lot of people, it's like they don't want to rely on like the government for everything. They'd rather be more reliant on their local community, and I think that's a fine. I think that's a fine way. I think that's a fine way to live. Well, I mean, we're the best way to live life. You know, have a family, get along with your neighbors, build a high trust society. And that's how we get good times. That's how strong men make good times. Now that we're in the bad times, I think eventually that, you know, strong men are going to kind of pave their way forward. If not in this country, then they're moving to another one where they can have that traditional lifestyle. That's what I'm planning on doing. Moving to Turkey sometime in the future.
Even in Hell World, I'm tired too, and I'll tell you why. I promise I'll make this as fun as possible. I tried to draw my life out. I had to do it on the computer. I made this to illustrate the difference in my life before and after I started what I refer to as self-maximizing. You should sign up for self-max. So at these flat points, I was just getting kind of dragged along by life, waiting for life to happen to me rather than making it happen. And that's okay if you're a child, but there's no reason you can't start growing up in your teens. So when I hit this low point, I could have stayed there forever if I didn't keep trying. I was having a tough time in the job market because my advisor told me that my degree was not worthless, which it was until about here, but only because I had a friend who got me
Yeah, thankfully, my grad degree that I'm getting is actually pretty good. I'm not expecting to make big money because I want to move overseas to where where I could actually live and not worry about you know, like basic expenses like food. I'd prefer my 2-pound bags of rice to be $1. That's just me. And Postnut says, I'll pass on the war stuff. Good. I'm not going to fight in no war either. I'm a pacifist, believe it or not. As much as I like to talk about fighting and weapons and all that, it's like I'm a pacifist.
A job, and I met the friend in grad school, which is where I learned all this. I was also coming out of a really bad breakup. I had a nasty girlfriend, and I let her treat me poorly because I had self-image problems from a difficult early life, and I fixed all.
Christos could come back. Would that be a surprise? Run for president, government would either kill him or continue to vote on Dominion machines. Jesus lost by 7. That's a good one right there. But I don't think Christ would run for any political position. That's just me though. I don't think he's the type of person, at least from the reading of the Bible that I've done, who would just suddenly become this corrupt, like, you know, this politician, because politics does corrupt people. Apple Eater, hey guys, new to the party. I remember you, Mrs. Fed. How's it going? I'm just being facetious, but yeah, how you doing though? Long time no see.
All of that during this time, so the next time it happened, it wasn't nearly as bad. Most of this pain was actually from the job. I was working at a restaurant for 6 months because they said they would make me a waiter, and then they hired an 18-year-old girl instead, and she wasn't even that hot. So I've had some misfortunes from
That
outside of
sucks
me,
though,
like being
Homath, I
misled
know.
about how the world works, and I've made some mistakes from inside of me, like letting people treat me poorly, but I have been choosing to consciously take control of the way that I think and the way that I behave towards the world around me for almost 20 years, and it has had very powerful effects. Right now, my life is getting better faster than it ever has before, and I could never have done this if it wasn't for what I learned during this time. So because I created a lot of value in myself, others were not able to take it away. How can you make these principles work for you?
Oh dang, it's we're all feds guy. Was wondering why this group kept popping up. Nah, don't worry. I'm just yanking your leg.
For you. A lot of young men are living at
Pulling
this
your leg.
self-interested stage. That would be Peter Pan here. And when you tell them to grow up, the only thing they can see coming is the good boy stage, and that looks really bad right now because the good boy stage is all about doing what's expected of you by society. And right now, society expects a lot and doesn't give very much back. But I'm telling you that there's more beyond that. And if you grow up enough, it helps you learn to slip between the cracks and make your own life better. In other words, you learn to see value differently, and then you can create value for yourself that you get to keep, that you can hide from the need machine, just not the.
Well, yeah, that is correct. That's a big reason why I incentivize guys to learn how to fight. It's a skill that the government can't take away from you. You know, like Muay Thai or Jiu-Jitsu. It's like they can't take that away from you. That's something that you keep for the rest of your life.
IRS. That's what I did, and my life since then has had its hard points, especially this one, but overall, it's been pretty amazing, especially compared to anything that came before it. So when people tell you to keep trying, I know that it can sound a lot like, just be this
Ministry of Truth and Love is harsh. Indeed.
guy, just keep getting taken advantage of, but you don't have to do that.
Wait, hold on a second. Now that I think about it, the dating apps it is like a ministry of love. I know what the Ministry of Truth is from 1984. I haven't exactly read the book yet. I'm probably going to see the movie sometime because I don't exactly have all the time in the world to be reading books. But man, that's kind of sounds like Tinder in a way. I guess we have been living in 1984 for a long time now, huh?
Can push past it and become this guy and put yourself in a strong position. Why should you bother doing that? Well, because they're not going to, because they don't have to. They can just do this. Remember, the core of the maturity crisis is people choosing to be comfy and asking for
audiobooks. It's free on YouTube. You could listen to the whole thing. Yeah, I could do that. At the same time, that's also a bit of a commitment too. But if I'm like doing work and I'm just kind of listening to music, I probably will just put on the audiobook of 1984. Probably a good one to listen to.
handouts instead of contributing, and society doesn't let everyone do that. Some people are passive victims of their circumstances, and other people are responsible, and you're in the wrong group. This is what I refer to as being the table, which is when a man says,
just don't sit in the cuck chair. And post-nut, I'm not in a hotel room. I listen to a lot of audiobooks. They're fabulous.
As well, what
do you have? I do know the quality of an audiobook. Absolutely, like it also does depend on the narrator too. Like some narrators are like really good. Others are just kind of like they're just reading it word for word, not really putting much of a spin. Like I remember hearing some bits and pieces of "I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream" on an audiobook from the author. Like the author was able to put in like a lot of like extra like vocal inflections and do some voices and all that. It's like made the experience quite interesting.
What do you bring to the table? And the woman says, I am the table, because she has been fooled into thinking that relationships are about a woman focusing on her own needs while the man does everything, which has actually never happened in history. Here's a great example of a girl who fell for that and a guy who corrected her, which is what you need to do.
Girls think that they want to date a high-value man until he starts calling you out for not taking responsibility.
The call out in question. The fuck are you doing, bitch? I asked you to make me a sandwich. You put on one slice of ham less than I usually like. Now get back in the kitchen and put on that damn slice of ham before I smack your ass. I'm just joking around here.
Before he starts holding you accountable, before he has higher standards for you than you have for yourself.
So she got a rude awakening and realized she couldn't do this, but only because he has something that she wants. So you're never going to be in control of your life until you have something people want, and we're never going to be in control of society until...
I've certainly learned that firsthand. Chicks really do like guys who know how to fight.
we have something people want that they can't just steal.
Read by the author already. I wonder if George. Wait, let's see. I think. Let me look this up real quick. I know we're getting a little distracted here, but let's see. George Orwell. I'm not sure. Yeah, he died in 1950. Damn. All the greats do really die young. Holy shit. I don't think he would have had a chance to read his audiobooks. I'd have to find a decent narrator for 1984.
Feel and
I have read Animal Farm, though. Also a good book. Read
turn
that
us
back in
into
high
this
school.
guy. And you also can't give it away for free. That's why we hate simps. This guy thinks he's eventually going to get something back for this. He's not.
The woman in this illustration, it's pretty funny. What button is this is what this guy wants to do to her in the future but can't ever do.
I shower you with coconut cream pies.
Telling you, using all the buttons today.
So even though they won't admit it, they need us to be in charge and not equal, even as they try to knock us down a peg. So even though men and women are getting less mature over time, especially since the smartphone, women just don't get called out for it. If a man spoke like Kamala Harris, he wouldn't get hired at McDonald's.
Russia is a big country. Ukraine is a small country. That's fucking Sesame Street type reasoning right there.
So this is a really bad situation. Women in general don't have any more pressure to take responsibility for their actions, yet they are more and more in charge of things. And that's really scary because women are now 60% of college students, and they're struggling to find men who make as much money as they do, despite voting to get this from the government. And women mostly only respect men who can take control. And when men try to take charge, they find that more and more of their power gets sucked.
What about Brave New World? Let's see. I think I've seen like what was it, like a movie or was it a TV special adaptation of Brave New World? Either way, I saw that in like visual form. I think back in like 2020, and holy shit, that was quite eye-opening.
Away and sent to God knows where. We kind of know where. And a lot of men, myself included, have been saying, what do you want us to do? The same behaviors that used to work and the ones that we were told to do no longer fit into the system. They just turn us into this guy. We were all misled. We were set up to fail. These bad parts of my life were mostly due to being told.
I noticed the viewership is dropping a little bit. Don't worry, we're almost done here. Then we're going to get back to the funnies shortly. I just wanted to show you guys this.
The wrong things about how to live in the early part of my life when I was too young to know the difference. And that probably happened to a lot of you too, and it probably didn't work out very well, and you're probably getting blamed for it anyway, and that really sucks, and there's nothing you can do about it except for finding a way to grow up anyway. This is a great way to start. Just say true things even when they're uncomfy. Stop asking for inclusion and start becoming something that people need, and then don't give it to them until you get what you want. Remember, society is robbing you blind.
And part of that, I think it, like right now, I feel like I'm walking on, like, when I go to class, right? I feel like I'm walking on eggshells. I have to word what I want to say, like, so carefully that, but even when I do so, even when I word things that I actually believe in, that I have convictions for, so carefully, someone still gets mad. Now, I've learned to just disregard what those people think because they're low IQ morons. But actually, it's like, even speaking up on the bare minimum level does have some consequences. Though I think the consequences for me, it's like reputation. I mean, honestly, not like I really want to know most of these people anyways. There's only like a few people that I actually like in my program. And by a few, I mean only two. Let's see. If you think that's an eye-opener, wait till you read the Talmud. Chica, I do plan on reading that horrendous fucking book. I've read some of the most horrific verses of it, and it's like I've gotten into plenty of arguments on Twitter of with people about those verses. I'm just glad there's also people who recognize how evil that book is too on that platform. I can only say so much here on YouTube.
Right now, because it considers everything bad to be your fault, and giving your stuff to the welfare gang, whoever cries the loudest about equality, because nothing bad is their fault. And this isn't going to change. These perceptions are going to stay that way. You're on your own, no one's coming to save you. And this redistribution means a lot of gimme gimme without a lot of people making things better. So if you make the comfy choice right now, it might be fun for a while, but you will be weak when this inevitably happens. But if you put in the work now while it's easy, then you will have some kind of chance to escape like I did here and here, through tons of hard work and incredible good luck. So I asked you to remember this guy for a reason. Now, I'm not asking you to view Google as a source of wisdom. I just thought it was funny how this guy looks so upset at his tiny motorcycle, and this guy looks so happy with his slightly larger toy car. That's what I mean by this red arrow. It's a small improvement, but it's an improvement.
And that's true. The small improvements that you make throughout life over time, that actually will... It's like a snowball effect. It's like... I know for me right now, I talk about like fighting and like MMA quite a bit. It's like... But learning that stuff has been a vast improvement than when I was just doing weightlifting. Like, it's a snowball effect, and martial arts does a very good job at kind of curtailing that snowball, where it's like you're not just learning everything all at once, it's like you're learning what you need to based on your skill level. That's what the belt system is for. I don't bang the Bible, but 1 Corinthians 13:3 kind of put a woman in third place when it comes to making decisions. Yep. In terms of decision making, this is how I go about things. Well, obviously, my survival, of course. That we're human. We do have a self-preservation instinct. It's okay to acknowledge that. Then it's my family, and that could also include children, the wife, and then in like 5th place for me, it's like the wife. Unless if it's something like like in an emergency, then then my wife is 3rd. But generally speaking, in terms of hierarchy of importance, like the woman is like 5th place for me. 1st place is like myself. 2nd place is my family, and then 3 and 4 health and finances. They're kind of interchangeable depending on the situation. And then a woman is 5th.
Those things add up over time. That's why you have to do things like getting in shape and learning to like yourself a little more, because you don't know how they're going to pay off later. So how do you make it through the hard times? I pointed out earlier that immaturity is refusing to take responsibility for your own actions. Here's this guy again. I hope he got paid. Another way to put it is not being able to use your own intelligence without guidance from outside of yourself. Something no one told me in the early part of my life is that the more you take responsibility for how you react to the world around you, not for what happens to you, but for how you react to it, the more your inner guidance grows. You actually become more mature, and it also helps you become more competent and confident, which is what everybody wants from you, which gives you more power. And then you don't have to get stuck here being basically a workhorse for people who are taking advantage.
Guys, do not be afraid to tell a woman no. I do this all the time. It actually helps you stand out. If you tell her no, and this also is a really good relationship advice. Tell her no. She will respect you for it, rather than kowtowing to her demands. Have you ever read or watched Brave New World? I have seen a visual adaptation of Brave New World before, yeah, and it is also equally horrific. Yeah, I'm not a fan of eugenics, not one bit. So
of you. So even if society is giving you a bad deal right now, and it is, there are still an infinite number of ways for you to put your own effort into yourself and grow your value and your negotiating power and figure life out a little bit more. And SelfMax is designed to help with that. So I hope you sign up. But even if you don't, I hope you find some way not to be this guy or this guy and come join us up here. We need as many as we can get. One more thing, I drew this but I forgot to include it, and I want you to understand that adding versus subtracting energy, that's the positive and negative from the battery, or the other way around, whatever. Okay, so this guy chops trees, this guy pays $100.
Okay, yeah, this is just a little bit extra, but I think we get the point of the video. This is just another lesson in, you know, economics. It's a good one, but I want to get onto this Twitter thread. Wait, Apple Eater, I thought you are a chick, no? But that's still good that you tell your own no quite often. But let's see. We're gonna pull up this interesting thread on Twitter before we get to our next funny video of the night. Let me just check my notification. No, just a little like. Alrighty, so we have a thread. You know, quote tweeted, of course. We have a thread from Nuclear Caudillo. I've seen some of his posts every now and then, followed by some of the people that I follow. And this video, it's a 24-second long video. The first sex robots are about to hit the market. I definitely know some of you guys. Let's see. Sorry, didn't mean to scroll. I saw the Twitter spaces, and I saw the spoon in here. Yes. Oh, the aristocratic utensil is in a space, but we're not gonna let's not worry about spoon right now. So let's take a look at this video from Utah. The first sex robots are about to hit the market. Dear Lord.
Can connect the AI that you've created through that system. You can connect the AI that you've created in the app to the robot and carry on the conversation with her that way. Once you've got that loaded and you hit chat, she just comes to life.
Good, you came back so fast, baby. I'm glad you came back that fast. Wow, baby, 10 minutes without you seems like an eternity.
Through that system.
Whew, boy. Man, I get why some guys would like to have this, especially by the time they become more advanced. I did see a video earlier. In regards to like something similar that China is making, and oh man, the Chinese version of this, it's like they are like the movements are they're really going at this thing. It's like the movements look natural. It's like they look less jittery. It's almost like giving the new Elon bots like just some skin, mouth movements, and a little bit more natural fluidity. But still, it's still dystopian as fuck. It really is. Synthetic companions, you bigot Scurvy. No shit, something like that is probably gonna pop up by the time the sex bots come out, and it's like, it's synthetic companion, some soylent. It's like, it's synthetic companion, and I'm just like, no, it's a sex bot. I don't give a shit. I don't want to live in Overwatch. That doesn't sound fun. Joel says the Chinese models look hot. They're building it. I mean, you take a look at them right now. It's like not really. They're still kind of getting the hang of the process. But let's take a look at some of the comments here. Oh, this video is like 8 years old. I understand your point, but to imply this is a recent video is false. And he asks, what's the latest one? This is the first time I've seen this. I don't have it on hand, but that's a fact. The video is very old. Too much to maintain. Give yourself a good old wank once in a while. Can they talk sports and no stats? Ooh, that's a big one. Hey, one of the guys that I follow says the throat goats, or somebody I've spoken to before. The throat goats. That's funny. Here, I will give him a follow. I do see. I will give him a follow. I meant to give him one last time. Lol, give it 30 more years. Not yet, but closer and closer each day. Hey, babe, turn on the carburetor on my hot rod. Advanced. The left is going to force companies to add some kind of feminist software. That's funny. They probably will. Like, once again, the type of people who are making this kind of this kind of stuff. Wait. Apple Eater asks, are they dishwasher safe? And by that you mean being able to do the dishes, or you actually being able to wash them? But as I was saying, of course, a guy like this, and we're already noticing this. I've noticed this. I think Moon even covered it, like in his video on like AI companions. It's like they're already programming these AI bots to, like, you know, not be like sex bots. Once again, I understand why the you know, wanting an AI partner is like, you know, the bee's knees or whatnot, but at the same time, you have to remember who are making these robots, and it's still big, like relative, like, you know, tech companies, and those tech companies have a pretty left-leaning bias. They are going to install some kind of you know, feminist-related quirk that only the most autistic people can modify out of it. It is what it is. Anyways, just thought I'd want to go over that short little thread to take a little bit of a break before we go back into the lay funny part. But actually, let me just pull up the video. It's actually going to be the next part of the adult daycare thing that was going on 2 years ago. We're gonna watch both part 3 and part 4 because they're funny. They're both really funny. But I will be back in just a moment. We have a little bit of poetry here from Postnut. My girl is made of plastic. She doesn't care I'm spastic. She can't use a spatula, but doesn't mind my flatula. She never does anything drastic. You are a natural born poet there, Postnut. Anyways, we have, oh man, I just got a Discord message from the Pickle. Is there a Twitter thread for that? I can go over it on tonight's stream even if it is a little off topic. Oh boy, we excuse me. There we go. Sorry, I had a little bit of a coughing fit there. Anyways, I did find the thread. I'm just gonna pull it up. Yeah, I don't know a lick of Japanese, but this is funny nonetheless. It is somewhat actually kind of related to what we're talking about. You know, we are talking somewhat about social justice in a way, because it's a cause of the collapse of the American Empire. But anyways, let's get back to our funny video here, shall we? We have another video from It's a Gundam. I know you guys like it when I react to his stuff, so. But one thing, let me just check one more thing and then we'll get started. Uh-oh, snail time. That's nice. All my snails are doing okay. Just kind of resting on the filter. One's resting on SpongeBob's pineapple.
Let's just play it. I don't even have a preface. I'm not even playing that game. Let's just get through this misery right now. We have a Deloitte consultant.
It's my first day of training in DU as a consultant for Deloitte.
And she's going to take you through his pronouns on the badge.
The world is burning.
Why are there pronouns on the badge? What is this? Like, if you can't look at her and tell she's a woman, there's something wrong. And that's because, let it go. You get in trouble, remember? You can't say anything common sense. You know, logic and common sense are now hate speech. Keep that in mind. Keep it in mind.
Hate speech.
Science is also hate speech. Say something scientifically correct. See what happens to you.
Oh,
Say
I already know what happens.
That would have been normal literally 5 years ago. See what happens. God help us all.
I woke up at 6 a.m. to grab coffee and beat the line before getting dressed.
Oh my God. What is that? Grass in the background? Why do you have grass on the table? Do you eat the cat grass with your orange juice?
Hello, this is HR. We've received a lot of messages that our members here need to, and I quote, touch grass. To make it easier for you to touch.
First of all, what the hell is that drink? That looks like baby vomit. But it's probably something, you know, with a shit ton of ingredients. It's like, oh my God, well, we have to have this. I just have to have my Jamba Juice every morning when I go to work. I can't deal with that. I just can't deal with life without my fucking Jamba Juice.
Said grass. We added it to the juice bar. So when you receive your juice, reach out and touch the grass.
This video is sponsored by Surfshark. Remember the old...
Alrighty, we'll skip the sponsor.
There's a 30-day money-back guarantee. You can't lose.
Then I went to get breakfast with some of my friends, and look how cute they are.
Oh my God, my girlies! Oh my God, I'm with my girlies at my tech job where I do nothing all day. Oh my God. I sound like a faggot right now. Look at how carefree
our lives are. I'm sorry, because there's so many tech sites that are absolute garbage. And now you know why. Because the people involved don't live in reality in any shape and form. They get on Twitter, they have whacked out crazy beliefs. And you sit there and you go, they can't actually believe this. What, do they not live in reality? And then you watch their TikToks and they literally don't live in reality.
I mean, it's one banana, Michael. What could it cost? $10?
Here's one of the coffee bars. I got my headshot done, and the system actually allows you to whiten your teeth, which is insane.
What the hell is this?
I almost started speaking Mandarin. They got coffee bars at the job. They have a spot where you can get headshots and whiten your teeth. What do you need headshots in the middle of the day for? Because you're probably trying to be a model on the side hustle. And then if it gets too stressful, ho-ho, we got a room where you can play with Legos.
What the hell is this?
Oh my god. Holy shit. Holy shit-a-moly. No way. This quite literally is like adult daycare.
Just in case you come across someone on Twitter that doesn't agree with your hot take, quickly retreat to the Lego room.
We did some team bonding exercises, and this is the campus. Like I said, DU does not disappoint on food. So
a campus. What is this? Look at this beautiful bit of... Dude, that's oysters, bro.
If I had face cam activated, you would see, if you saw the look on my face, I'm just like, my face is the literal representation of this button right here.
What the hell is this?
It is the literal, what the hell is this button? That is what my face is communicating right now. The modern employee is treated like a child. That is true.
That's oysters. They're having oysters. Raw oysters. In the middle of the... this is the snack of the day. Raw oysters, sir. How was your LinkedIn?
Well, Pickle, that's understandable. Like, when I was working at the library, they did have some snacks at the... they did have some snacks, like, in the lounge room. But that's because it's like, oh, it's the lounge room. That's where you can have snacks. But even then, it's not, like, expensive stuff. It's like every now and then somebody would bring in some nice cupcakes. Mostly me, but... every now and then somebody would too, but that's the most expensive it would get. Or maybe we'd have like leftovers from like some party that we had for the community. That was like, I'd say that was like pretty normal, but it's not like adult daycare. You're not going to be going back over and over again. I mean, unless there's like some Jolly Ranchers, that's something. I brought in some Jolly Ranchers every now and then. Just when I ran out, went back to the room, grabbed some more, went back to work. That's like 20 pounds of rice. Oh, yes, it is. It's a lot of rice.
Meeting, madam. Hope it wasn't too stressful. Did he wear a mask on the other end of the video? That's triggering. Have an oyster.
some of the things I had for dinner.
Dude, what type of what? It's like a 5-star restaurant. And you did a job where you don't even break a sweat because there's so much air conditioning. Because God forbid you breathe air that was used by people that have the wrong political beliefs.
It's the end of the night. It's now 8 p.m. We have more team bonding exercises.
What is this? What is this?
What the hell is this?
I can't take it anymore!
I'm losing my ever-loving This is team building, running around with a bicycle helmet on your head like you have Down syndrome.
Like Eric Cartman. What the hell? I believe that the less stressful a job, the less stuff you should get. Yeah, honestly, I can agree with that. I mean, then again, some remote work jobs can actually be pretty stressful. Like, I know the stuff that I'm going to get into, even though I'm going to be sitting, I know I'm definitely going to be sitting on my ass, but at least I'm not doing nothing. I'm actually at least contributing greatly. While the actual hard workers get the oysters. Yeah, like the people who are actually like maintaining the servers and the infrastructure and like yeah, once again, the people who actually do shit. It shouldn't be this dumbass bitch right here who gets all the oysters. And yes, these are literal daycares. We watched parts 1 and 2 last week. We're basically wrapping up the series because I know people like it when I react to this.
While full-grown adults play with bears and cut tie-dye pieces of fabric on the floor like children. I didn't even get this in kindergarten, dude. Are they really putting together a little girl's bike?
They
and this
are.
is a team bonding exercise. Who pays for this? Who's the absolute moron that
BlackRock pays for it?
Figured this was the move to make. Let's have adults work together to build little bicycles. This is why nobody could be an adult anymore, because we coddle adults like children now. Do you ever notice you deal with people and you don't agree with them politically, and then they
literally lash out like children because they have, well, one, they've never been challenged on anything because the mainstream orthodoxy has always been, affirming and conditioning these people to act like this and believe in the things that they believe. But also, Dad wasn't in their lives. More often than not, Dad wasn't in their lives. They might have had a dad, but he wasn't there. He was physically there for sure, but he wasn't there. In daycare, I was eating ham sandwiches and throwing sticks at the wall. Hey, that sounds like what these people are doing. This eating, drinking. These people don't have to go to the fucking grocery store. I'm glad all these bitches got fired.
They just completely fly off the handle and then spend the rest of their day trying to find things to get you fired for because they're psychopaths. They're giant children. And this just reinforces
especially
that
the women.
mentality
Holy shit.
where there are people running around now screaming, "Oh, we need universal income." For what? Life isn't supposed to be fair or fun. It's brutal. You could watch like Animal Planet and realize that.
And we could finally relax, have some ice cream.
Wait, this is the Twitter HQ? No. This is like a different company.
Go to the bar, and I ended my day at around
10 p.m. is when you relax? It wasn't relaxing playing with Paddington Bear?
Oh my god. What work was done? I mean, look, I know team building exercises are team building exercises or whatnot. As stupid as that one is, there's far better ones I can think of off the top of my head. But, oh my god, how does any of this work? How does any of this fucking work? Seriously, what I'm doing right now is harder to do than what these people did. They just walked to a place, and then they ate and drank some more. That's what these people do. And these people get paid 6 figures a year. Or they did before they got fired. Oh my god, I got pissed off about this last time. I'm getting pissed off about it again, but rightfully so.
At 5. You needed to come down at 10. Garbage. Absolutely. Why would you put this on the internet? This just...
Attention. I mean, and the same thing a woman would put a lot of things on the internet. Attention, validation, and, mainly attention. The team building exercises I did was picking fruit and peeling oranges. Peeling my kind, pickle?
What the hell is even that?
Oh, and the funny thing is people on TikTok see this and they're like, I gotta get these jobs. Then they don't get the job. They end up in McDonald's and they flip out because they can't get the life they want. They did cry for universal income.
Are you happy? You see how upset I am? Coming in here being nasty to me.
Coming in here being nasty.
Oh my god, here, take $7. Here, you know what? I don't even care. Just take it all. Take it all. Here. Good language. Good language. I quit, lady. I am done. I hope you're happy, lady. I am. I am recording it. I am recording it. Traffic right now. I'm going to myself. I hope you're happy. Get ahead. I hope you're happy. Get ahead.
Nah, we saw what Gundam was talking about in real time, people. Ah, man. And these are the types of people who complain, oh, we need what Gundam said earlier, we need a universal paychecks and more stimmies and all this other bullshit. People are too empathetic to fast food workers. Most of them are awful. I agree. This is like one of the few times I went to like the Popeyes nearby me, and the service wasn't shit. Granted, I still got my food. I didn't get the 5 spicy tendies that I wanted, but that's all right. I still got my calories in. That's what matters at the end of the day. And yes, you are right. Lazy and entitled despite serving slop. That is 100% correct. It's like, if you want to be paid more, perhaps stop being, like, actually listen to what people, want to order. And, yeah, you might actually get some results.
Funny if it weren't so pathetic. No, what the heck, I'll laugh anyway.
The cool perks of working at a tech company. Let me guess, you get to chill all day. This is how you know her job isn't stressful. She's literally in the bathroom filming for TikTok and trying to give off, like...
I have not had enough to drink tonight. I just need to chug this bottle of rum that I have.
Queen energy the whole way through. This girl is feeling her oats. At what time in the day when you worked your job did you go, I have to hit the bathroom, honey, and film myself because I'm giving you your zhuzh this morning? Not never. Just thinking about all the jobs I had that were just...
Look, when I went to the bathroom at my old job, I would look at my phone, maybe change the video or the song. Well, after I wash my hands, of course. And I would, let's see, I just, go to, My Nintendo News or Wowhead or the Yu-Gi-Oh subreddit or the Hearthstone subreddit just to see what's going on for about a minute or two. Then get back to work. That's what I would do. I'm not in the bathroom taking selfies of myself. No, none of that. That's not necessary.
Hardcore in your face. Get to work, scrub. If you screw up, you're fired. I worked jobs where people were stealing and immediately arrested. Oh, she is so into herself.
Oh my god, I'm so hot, even after Chad just pounded me and abandoned me on the street last night. Oh my god, but I get cool perks working at a tech company. Oh my god.
The dangers of a gassed up mid. You're watching it in real time.
That we are.
America, fuck yeah! This girl is just feeling her own.
Even my wife's job of teaching 3 children French is harder than this glorified daycare. I bet it is. Like, teaching people languages in general is pretty tough. That's why I've always tried to apply myself in language classes, especially when I was learning Greek in undergrad.
She hasn't done anything. Sorry. This is the worst video I've ever made, but I'm in tears. Because it's like, what did you do, girl? And she's like, I'm breathing on.
All she did, put on some makeup, put on a tank top and pants, and record herself gorging food all day.
Oh, that smile. Oh my god. Oh, free breakfast.
It is a moral imperative to steal from these entitled narcissists. These people get 6 figures for doing nothing, while the real actual workers are in the basement, and they get paid nothing. Satanar, I'd be more than happy to be Robin Hood. Steal from these people, because let's be real, they kind of set themselves up to easily be stolen from. Give to the people who actually need that money, like the software Or, well, Scurvy's Cashapp.
Free hygiene. Dude.
What the hell is this?
Let's blow those whining women back to the Dark Ages right where they belong!
Oh, the camera's on. The camera's been on the whole time, huh?
Stealing is moral when the person you're stealing from is a Gen Z to Gen X techie. Yeah, like me and my poor empty wallet. It's so hungry. Yeah, I know my Cash App is also pretty hungry too, Saltanar. I get you, man. I get you. Same with my wallet as well.
What? No wonder she's feeling her oats. They literally have a whole stash of makeup and beauty products for her to try.
What the hell is this?
To work. Unlimited snacks. God forbid your blood sugar levels drop from the hard work you're doing. Bro.
Candy bar? Bitch, I have to buy my candy $1 cheaper at one of my university's stores, rather than going to like the 7-Eleven or the CVS. This bitch gets free candy. What the hell?
The fact she put out this.
At least she has some cams on her, I'll tell you that.
Video.
Even if she is just a guest.
The absolute monstrous ego. You know what people would really like to see? Me.
What the hell is this?
What the fuck? What the fuck? Freeman, all you doing? You're not doing any work? You're just gorging on food all fucking day?
Posing in slow motion in the mirror and then showing them how awesome my job is. And I've done nothing most of the day. I'm only doing 2 more, then I'm done with this, dude. I don't care. No, not Natasha again. I'll never watch a video of hers again. That girl.
Oh boy. Black man making food for white people seems racist. Dude, I mean, I have a feeling they're probably being paid way more than the waiter at a restaurant. That's for sure. Still, I will not deny that, not one bit.
Listed for terrorism. She just shows off top tier food you'll never eat in your life. And she goes, I don't want to work. I'm going to do this all day. Go away. Now, that.
Is it me, or I don't know what it is with like people who like dine at like high-end restaurants, and it's just like, if I want to go to a restaurant, I want to fucking chow down. Pickle, I think you and we've talked about this before on text or something. It's like, I want to chow down when I go to a restaurant. That's why I like barbecue places a lot. It's just like you get to just eat meat. But I don't care about this tiny amount of food that I get. It's not gonna fill me up. I don't know why like the people around me think it's like, oh, it's just such a great experience. I really don't like going to a lot of high end things in the first place. I don't like to dress up beyond like what I wear when I go out. So naturally that means I don't really like going to weddings or funerals. But at the same time, I just don't see the appeal of like, unless you're giving me a shit ton of food. It's like I don't want to spend thousands of dollars on food. I don't care about no Wagyu tacos. I don't care about lobster tempura. I don't care about that. I just want food in my gullet. And I have a feeling these people they might be getting their nutritional needs met, but man, I just be going for seconds or thirds every meal.
It's white female privilege. I'm done. I agree with Twitter for the first time in my life. All right, I got this video from like a chick who blocked me on Twitter. So eat my ass, you filthy weeb.
Eat my ass. Eat my ass. Anyways, enough of my singing.
Hi, I'm Michelle, an event coordinator at a co-creation community and retreat center in Guatemala.
There are literally people starving.
I don't have any words. I don't have any fucking words for this. I have no words. This is crazy. You have this white bitch here who is a event coordinator at a co-creation community and retreat center in Guatemala. Hell, these bitches aren't middle class. These are like upper middle class for sure. Middle class. What middle class in America, at least? That's being eroded faster than I don't know, maybe some like pebble or a grain of sand on the beach. Yeah, I don't like these women, and I'm surrounded by them quite frequently. Sure wish they'd give me some money on Cashapp/$, ScurvyRum.
Coordinator at a co-creation community and retreat center in Guatemala.
There are literally people starving in Guatemala, and we have douchebag American tech professionals going there to chillax while working quotation marks.
These are some of my favorite activities here. Collaborative art.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Uh-oh, retard alert! Retard alert, class!
Hold on, I'm just gonna send another reminder. Show is still going on. I noticed viewership is starting to drop a little bit. Stream's not ending anytime soon. Just thought I'd get some more viewers in here.
Fire ceremony? What? Bro.
What the hell is this? What the hell is this?
What do you need to meditate for? What have you done?
I typed a single article for LinkedIn today, and it was so stressful. I need to meditate. Can you help me meditate after writing a 3-paragraph article for LinkedIn today? I need to meditate. That's what these people do. They're fucking weak. They are weak people, and they're being paid so much fucking money. Oh, didn't mean to full screen that.
You didn't fight in Vietnam. The closest thing you came to a fight was an argument on Twitter, you filthy Zoomer. Oh, dancing, thank God. Oh, after a long day of work, you need to just let your hair down.
Oh, wow. Oh, great. A long day of nothing but relaxation. This is the shit I dream of. Well, when I'm not dreaming about, like, you know, me taking care of my pet snails, or you know, thinking about, or just hanging out with, like, old friends of mine who have passed away. Oh, I'd love to live on a tropical paradise. Probably not where, you know, there's a shit ton of impoverished people. And if that's the case, I'd gladly help them out. That's what a good person would do. They wouldn't just go to somewhere like this without actually, you know, you probably should talk to the locals. You should probably help them out. That's just me, though. I know these tech people don't think like I do.
Blow arts! It looks like a white girl just throwing around a towel. You know what? I do flow outs with Fluffy. When me and my dog play in the front room, I take a towel and I do just like that white chick, and Fluffy loves it. In fact, what I'm doing is better because the dog enjoys it. So it's not solely for my own ego. Oh my God. America's crumbling.
Tea social. And full moon gathering.
Oh, you need a tea social from a dirty white woman with dreads, or else it isn't official. Full moon gatherings. Oh my God.
What is this? Dragon Ball? Or Shin Megami Tensei? What happens when the full moon is out? What? What do they all just turn into great apes, or are they just like, oh fuck yeah, the party's just getting started, or are they just like insanely bummed out? Where it's like, it's too bright outside. Oh my god.
The stock market is crashing before my eyes, but don't worry, tech workers are out there putting in the what the hell is this, Gordon? I'm not even acknowledging that message.
Welcome to my life in a conscious community in the Guatemalan mountains, surrounded by volcanoes and a sacred lake.
What is with white people and tech going to Guatemala? Oh my god, it's the same group of douchebags.
We work together.
What do they do? What do they get done?
Nothing! They got nothing done! All they do is just dance and twerk and eat each other's assholes. That's all they fucking do. Because they're tech weirdos. I bet half of their community is not conscious.
Play
yeah, no, they're
do they
not.
work on video games? Explains why Call of Duty sucks ass.
Play together.
Jesus fucking Christ, YouTube had deleted my comment 17 times now. What was your comment? Like, was it on the stream, or, don't forget to use alternate characters if it's something really controversial. And by controversial, I mean controversial for YouTube standards, not my standards.
Sing together. Create together.
Create together.
And hang out together.
And fuck together, because you guys are... Wait a second. Wait. Hold up. I paused at a very opportune frame. Feel free to just DM it to me on Discord, or if you have Twitter, it's DM it to me at ScurvyRum. Anyways, oh wow, look, it's one of the locals serving this white woman. Totally not racist. Not one bit. Not one fucking bit. Totally not her just doing all this to, help out her family, because they're probably dirt poor. Oh. Lord, see me through this.
Get fed.
That's all I ask
meals.
as your humble servant.
Oh my god, you get fed your healthy meals from an actual Guatemalan citizen, probably looking at the food longingly like, this could nourish my children for a few days. Here, privileged white woman.
And connect with each other every day. Follow to see more of my life here.
No, I'd never want to see you again, Michelle. Never. I'm done.
You know what? We're gonna save the comedy for a little bit later. I do have the message. Oh, what I said was you could do a lot of good for the world by tracking. Damn, Satanar, you got a point. You got a point. Oh my god. That's funny. That's a really funny, Satanar. Holy, you're not wrong though. You're not wrong in the slightest. Let me find. Okay, we're gonna get to our next more serious video. The aristocratic utensil equality. Okay, there we go. So, I'd smash. I bet local women can cook. Anyways, so for our next serious video, sort of serious. I mean, it's the aristocratic utensil talking about some whatever whore. But, he does make some pretty good points here, so I'm going to take it a bit more seriously. They don't understand what equality actually entails. So I brought this up briefly during the home math video we were watching, about how equality is tyranny. Let's take a look.
Ah, yes. Now, before you lot say anything, I know some of you are thinking, Spoon, what is this? If this fruit was hanging any lower, it'd be on the ground rotten, used to feed zombies. True, I concur, which coincidentally also describes the mental capacity of everything lacking a Y chromosome that features on this podcast. However, with that being said, it provides us with entertainment, and one of my subs requested that I do another one of those. Besides, it's me. The sheer lack of intellectual depth from the former means I have to flex my brain cells and, impart the wisdom that you will be stripped of if you try and listen to some of these things.
It's okay. I don't think that egalitarianism is true. I don't think that equality is real.
Absolutely based, and I've said as much.
Say what you want about Andrew Wilson. I'm not his biggest fan either, but I cannot deny that every time he goes on that whatever podcast, you know you're gonna at least get something funny or good.
As well. Equality is...
Also, I did see that debate with Undead Chronic and Andrew Wilson. I was expecting a little bit more fireworks, but it's like, hey, I think it's kind of like the Malcolm Flex situation, except for the fact that I don't think Chronic and Andrew are really gonna like get along because, you know, Andrew Wilson married a single mother, and you know, we could get into that debate, but that's besides the point.
Is hell. Nothing in nature is equal.
I also do know that Spoon was probably there for that debate. I unfortunately missed out on it. I think I might have showed up briefly. I don't know. But I unfortunately missed out on it. But I did catch the replay.
So to base a society on equality is to create...
There are 4 species of women. Only half can cook.
A society based on the principle of force, and considering the anti-nature sentiments of such a hellish concept, to what end will you go to enforce that? That's terrifying. Let's not go down that road.
I don't think any of those things are true. I don't think any of them are true.
So who do you think should be real?
No.
Should be real? No.
Hogwash.
That's what I'm gonna just dub her voice over. It's like...
For the reasons I just mentioned. Let's be real, I would say down near everyone who advocates for equality have never thought about the implication of the tyranny they would be unleashing if you took that power to its logical conclusion. Because if you did, you would never advocate for it.
Who do you think is...
Wilson's voice sounds AI. Yeah, it kind of does. I agree with you there.
I don't even think it's possible. You want me to tell you how? Farah knows. Farah knows what I'm about to say, but I can tell you how. I can tell you how men and women can't be equal. You want me to tell you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
If you're talking about equality, I'm going to go ahead and guess something to do with force.
If you are to look at force...
Damn, I'm good.
A Spoon, pattern recognition is top notch as always.
Society, who would you say has the monopoly on force, men or women?
Men on brute men.
The monopoly. I'm just talking about the monopoly.
They're the stronger ones.
I feel like things are set up.
Force and I could take on a guy. I know how to grapple. Meanwhile, these dumbass women don't know a thing about grappling.
Up for men. But
can you indicate a time in history ever?
My blood is boiling. Dude, I feel the same way. Every time I hear any of these dumb bimbos talk, my blood just boils. That's the same thing that happens, like, you know, when I talk to some whore on Twitter.
In the history of all of mankind, where men didn't have the monopoly on force.
You know what's terrifying to me about these kind of clips? Just the sheer stupidity of these. Not even so much the stupidity, maybe just ignorance. There's a reason why the New York Post wrote about this, because it's alarming how incredibly void these people are of, well, frankly, any connection to reality around them. That's what's most bizarre to me personally, is that you can debunk these plebs just by pointing to reality and go, yeah, explain that. And
like, quite literally, I remember, I actually have done this, like, quite a bit throughout my time here at grad school, like, and I have schooled some really dumb bitches when I'm absolutely hammered. I've done my part in trying to help red pill some of the guys that go to the bars too. They don't expect it. They don't expect it from the fucking bisexual faggot, but it's like, hey, you know, I'm like pretty much way further ahead intellectually than basically everyone at that bar, with the exception of a few of the people that I've met and a few of the bouncers that I like to talk to as well. But other than that, it's like, holy shit, so many people are just like probably closer to the 90 IQ than they are to even the 100. Let the seas boil, let the stars fall. Though it takes the last drop of my blood, I will see the galaxy free once more. Free from what? I want the galaxy to be free from female stupidity and ignorance.
And then listen to them spew what they've been fed. Jere man, hierdie mense is kakdom. Makes you question just how smart humans actually are. Because if they swallow this kind of gunk...
Sorry, Spoon, I don't speak Afrikaans.
...that any sane person can debunk with functioning eyes, I mean, to call them empty-headed would be an understatement. It's why it's so easy to dupe these people with rhetoric. Their capacity to reason is basically non-existent. This is one area where I will disagree heavily with Michael Malison, who said it's easier to train a smart person than it is a dumb one. Yeah, there might be...
It is mind-blowing when you realize the average person is a little dense. And post-nut. I am also dense as fuck. However, these people, they like to think they're not. I at least acknowledge my flaw. I know it's there. It's something I can't exactly change. I'd like to, but I know that I'm a retard. But these people don't know that. They think they're better than me. Just because I'm not as, like beefy as they are, so to speak. I'm still stronger than they are. I'm also smarter than they are too. And most people can't keep up with me in a philosophical debate. They don't know how to grapple. They don't know how to throw a punch. They know how to arm wrestle. They beat me in that. I don't really care. I'm not exactly trying, and I don't really want to spill people's drinks over either. I don't care. I know I can beat these people in a fight. I also can school them in a lot of things academic too. But holy shit. These are not to mention, I have a feeling when I'm in class, my God, I have a feeling I'm probably the highest IQ person in that class, with the exception of like the guy who sits next to me. He can understand abstract thought. He understands statistics, even though he's probably a bit more on the moderate side of the political spectrum, and yours truly is pretty far right. If I were to place myself down somewhere on that political spectrum. But holy shit, the other people in my class, they're fucking morons. They're midwits.
Be true, Michael, but you're not training these people, you're indoctrinating them. And the fact that these ideas are so piss poor and so absurdly false, just a cursory glance at society around you could debunk them?
And even then, the thing is, when you're like constantly hit over the head with constant falsehoods throughout many, many years, public education, yeah, that's saying something. Of course they're going to be fooled into a bunch of lies, because if they believe in one impossible thing, they're more likely to believe in another impossible thing. I said that when I was an atheist. I say it even now as an Orthodox Christian. Like, you need to okay. Well, my thoughts are getting a little jumbled here. You need to know, in terms of that impossible thing. I don't think nowadays. I absolutely don't think. It's impossible for God to exist. I very much believe that he does. However, in terms of impossible things, that's like, oh, you could change your gender with magical surgeries that people don't want to see. or a clump of a fetus is just a clump of cells. Like, those are lies. Like, you cannot change your sex. And it is undeniable that life begins at the moment of conception. At the moment of conception, that is a person. That is natural law. Science has proved this too. Saltanar says, abstract thought is for people above 110 IQ. Your average 100 to 110 is absolutely retarded. Well, Saltanar, it just so happens I'm 116 IQ, so my IQ is indeed very high. even though I act retarded here on the streams. My IQ is 137. I could quite literally pulverize the average midwit with thought alone. Turn that ninja into a sentient puddle. That is also true. You are very high IQ, Pickle.
That tells me these ones are blunt as hell. And not the spoon kind either.
On force as in like physical force though, correct?
Yes.
Always. They're
Physical
always stronger
force.
than
Yeah.
us.
Oh, then yeah.
That's
Hey, tub of lard. If I were to deck you in the face with my right hand, I'd break your nose. My jab is really fast. My cross hurts like hell. Like, especially when it comes to somebody unprepared, and I know what I'm doing, so I'm not gonna go for a direct punch in the face. But if I did, I'd strike your nose. I'd fucking break your nose. So yeah, try to debunk that, chica. Having said that, I don't believe that IQ is all that useful of a measurement. It's all right, but it's not perfect. Yeah, there's definitely some things about IQ that are a little bit faulty, for sure. But that's probably the reason why there's more like advanced IQ tests too. But in general, I do think IQ is a pretty good indicator of someone's intelligence. Even though there's some things that I don't get, it's like if we're talking about like advanced jargon or whatnot, I can at least comprehend at least a little bit. I could actually learn jargon decently once I'm provided a proper definition. And it's like, okay, so that's what this term means. That's what so that's what X means. I'm just using that as an example.
the biology.
They have the monopoly on physical force. So the question, when you come down to rights, is who can enforce rights.
Wham!
Women can't enforce their own rights. Men have to enforce women's rights. So there can never be real equality. There can never be real equality.
Surprise, surprise. All subspecies of human I hate having an extremely low IQ, except Chinese, but they're midwits in another way.
Really,
Damn,
what
Pickle.
the
Men are.
fuck?
The fact that that simple statement caused their brain to blurt that out tells me this one is well under 3 digits. And obviously I don't mean the scale.
Man, this one is probably like 80. She probably has like the intelligence of someone who's like really intelligent in terms of Down syndrome.
I want to say men are a little bit more that is like so violent in nature. What you just said, like,
Yeah, literally everything that involves law requires an enforcement mechanism and repercussions for disobedience. Welcome to reality.
Wham!
Clearly you never grew up with a father.
Sorry.
Of course she didn't. She has a tattoo on her shoulder and she's morbidly obese. There is a definite lacuna between what IQ purports to be and what it actually is. She's the Einstein of the extra chromosome community. Yes.
Society, of course, you need force, but the fact that you feel like because you're stronger than someone or you can overpower them, you're more entitled.
It has nothing to do with...
The smartest woman of all the ones on that panel is the one in the blue wig. Wait, you mean the statue? The one who actually like is literally a plastic statue? I don't blame you, Santanar. That is true.
With entitlement, we're going by capability here. The only reason you enjoy any sense of liberation of any capacity is because men are...
Oh man, I've had a lot to drink tonight already, and I'm not done yet one bit. I don't know why mannequin didn't come to my mind. I guess that's me being a retard. Y'all seen the video of the Downey fighting with nunchucks? His skills are up there even though he might be down.
Manhandling you like a rag doll. We're
Yeah, I
physically
did see that.
superior
It's
to you. If
impressive.
we went to war with you, you would have no shot in hell of survival.
No.
To some
no,
sort
no,
of
hang on,
thing.
listen, so that you get it.
In terms of that war thing, I'm sorry to pause the video again. In terms of that war thing, it's like women don't even want to touch a fucking gun. Gotta get them balls back. Apple eater. What is this, Dan to Dan? I don't think any of us is cursed by Turbo Granny.
Real quick, hang on, just hear me out.
Yeah.
Let me gobble your dong.
My God, it's like watching someone teach children, isn't it?
Inside of your society,
Okay.
you have rights, right? Those rights need to be enforced, right? So somebody doesn't violate them,
Again, children.
right? Who's the
Scurvy, see mannequin and thinks... God damn it, post nut.
enforcement
But
arm?
women's
Women's
usually
rights were
physically.
mostly
It
created
is
though
usually physically.
in response
What
to
do you do
men.
with criminals?
I mean, you put them in jail, but
And
like,
who does that?
There's never been a female officer ever.
I'm not saying there hasn't been, but who does?
You dumbass Naga. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Of course there has been. Stop being sarcastic. Oh, wait. Video got muted. My bad.
And then who guards them while they're in jail?
I mean,
Oh, just say men you... Look, here's the deal. No one is gonna look at you...
Oh, she's a biggin. We gotta get our whale hunting harpoons ready there. Oh, wait. I'm not a chubby chaser. As a matter of fact, I don't really like it when fat bitches talk to me at the bars. I hate it. I'm just like, please go away. In my mind, I'm just like, please go away. Please go the fuck away.
You and think Einstein. Let's be real. The fact that you haven't already thought this far ahead, as it is confirming what everyone else was already strongly suspecting. I mean, not conceding at this point makes you look like you need a helmet.
Man,
They all need fucking helmets, Spoon. They all need helmets. Somebody clip that.
I don't want to say that because I know women security guards that are
but
fucking rappers in
you
jail.
You're speaking always to the exception. You always look to the outlier. It's not that there can't be some women who are on par with some men. It's that as a monolith, men are the
I could kick Ronda Rousey's ass.
grantors of force, the grantors of rights, and here's how. Whenever you need criminals dealt with in society, it's men who are going to be dealing with the criminals. They're going to be putting them in the jails. They're going to be enforcing your laws. They're going to be...
But she has a glandular problem, right?
be protecting while you sleep through the military and through the force there.
But have we ever given women the opportunity?
Oh, Lord have mercy on my soul. Men are always
Shut up! Everyone just shut the fuck up!
That's my reaction to the people on the whatever panel. That's including Andrew Wilson, too. I don't know, dude, I don't know why you bother just talking with these prostitutes. Then again, I think you did pretty good. I think both you and Chronic did pretty well on your debate with each other. I don't think there was a clear winner in that debate. I think it did just turn into a dialogue, and that happens, especially when you have like a pretty dominant personality like Andrew Wilson and a pretty dominant personality like Undead Chronic. However, if Scurvy was moderating that debate, I'd just say, alrighty there, faggots. You better give me a real debate question. It's still not gonna help me find a femboy at the bar, but at least I'd be fondled by some hot chick.
Going to be strong. Do you see why I don't want them to vote? How do we have people in our society who are this dim? You know, I'm convinced at this point, politics is something less than 10% of the population is actually mentally fit to engage in. The vast majority of the people are simply too stupid to understand that realm. Politics is a high IQ
That is true.
pursuit. And the pleb...
That is also true. You need to have a certain amount of IQ to actually understand political issues. It is what it is, and most people just aren't fit for it. They are not on the spectrum, or they don't consider the studying the political as something more than just agenda pushing.
Plebs must be exiled from ever exercising their opinion on it because, frankly, they're not worth being listened to.
Yes, see, here's the amazing part. The amazing part is right now they have all that opportunity and they still can't do it. Meaning,
I don't think they do.
Men inside, yes, they do. Where do women have less opportunity to become the enforcement arm than men in society right now? Tell me.
You just said they have a monopoly on force.
Yes, and the monopoly is based on biology, not a lack of.
I could also beat the ass of a quote-unquote trans man who takes a shit ton of steroids. Because once again, your bone structure doesn't change no matter how much testosterone you have. One uppercut from me, and you're basically down for the count. In addition to all the illegal fighting that I know.
Patience is a virtue, except when it's killing brain cells.
33. 33. 33.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Uh-oh, retard alert! Retard alert, class!
Broke it down. That's the female cops. Broke it down. There should be a size requirement, yes. But even then again, if they're not that fat, I don't know, it's a weird conundrum. You're overweight, you might get a little bit of strength, but in actuality, that kind of hinders you because you're fat and you need to be like, but if you're thin, it's like, yeah, you're not really going to be lifting heavy numbers, and, you know, you're going to have an even harder time trying to control them, even if you are hotter. I know a lady prison guard, but she is over 6 foot and is over 200. The exception to a lot of rules right there, Chica. That's for sure.
Don't disagree. I think men are protected.
But that is like yeah, good that you know that it's an exception and not the rule. Actually, probably more like the exception that proves the rule.
And they like, if I have a husband, he's probably bigger than me. If someone comes to try to fight me, I'm not going to be like, oh, hold on, I got this. I'm going to expect my man to handle it.
But that's not my question.
So,
my question is, can women be police officers?
Yes.
Can they be in the military?
No.
Yes.
Okay, can they be prison guards?
Yes, but can
so
do
they
all the
ever
same
have
things?
less opportunity
Yes.
to be in the enforcement arm?
Because there's people in the that employ them that
That's how these women reason. They reason like when Dreamy Bull is in his gooning trance. Oh, hey, Raisin, how's it going?
that hold up
That's
that
why
patriarchy.
it's called a
All they do is
feed me, Darth. Feed my hole.
That's all they do.
Man.
What happens instead is this.
Because
is
they were
that
only men in the
inside of
beginning.
the military and inside the police force and inside all these different enforcement arms, when you include women, you lower the standard. You lower the standard in order to bring women in. Meaning the female standards in the military...
Basically?
Yes, because it's a job based on physical prowess. What the hell else do you think the standard involves around bacon biscuits?
Yes.
This party's getting crazy.
Physically. So
But
the
you
standard...
need nurses in the military. You need women.
You don't need them.
helping us, your
But they are there.
You don't need.
Sartanar says, I hate women. I agree, dude. I fucking agree. Now I hope you see why I wouldn't mind having a femboy make me lunch the next morning. I hope you see that. Raisin says, just take women's damn rights away. No need to argue with those inferior to us. Well, it's not, an apple eater says, well, it's not like Fiona over there is going to catch anyone. At least, okay. At least Fiona isn't that, like, overweight. And when she's in her princess form, she's actually, like, pretty normal. Nah, I also hate femboys. That's gay. Whoa, damn, Sartanar. I get you. But most people aren't like me, so there's that. I'm a special snowflake in that regard.
You need a nurse in the. You don't need.
You don't
doctors
need female nurses. You could have male nurses.
I'm just going on like more of the traditional values of like.
Yeah, what I'm just talking about an equalization of force. Men have an overwhelming amount of power and force.
I'll say it again. They literally do not understand.
I know who could take on Miss Piggy in a fight. Your average gay man, he'd win easily. Because he has the strength and, yeah, well, mainly the physical strength to actually knock her out in the face. Sotonar might be a femboy. Oh, look, wait, is the Sotonar gate now? Raisin, what? Nah, actually, no. I'm just joking with you, Sotonar. I know you're not.
The concept of enforcement. Frankly, I don't think they understand the concept of monopoly either.
And so, women can't actually enforce their rights against men, whereas
Damn, Sotonar! Ahmad got timed out. Damn! I've been punched in the face by both genders. Only one of the dislocated my jaws. I'll take a lot of shit, but not that, Raisin. Fair enough. Fair enough, Sotonar. Sorry, I had to cough right there. Rip Raisin. I mean, still, that's funny. That is honestly pretty funny.
men can change the conditions almost any time they want based on their will because they have the monopoly on force.
You don't think that's because that's...
Wait a second. Whatever he's using World of Warcraft sound effects. Oh, wait, I knew this for a long time. I don't think Brian plays WoW, especially not now. War Within is a fucking disaster.
How it's been set up.
Aside from the hero talents.
Been time in history for them.
If this gimp burps one more tired cliche about oppression, I swear I'm going to smack the metal of the cage I'm currently recording in. Do you realize the fact that you're capable of having this conversation without being battered to pieces is because of men? Yes? Or does the implication of his statement slip by you? By the way, I've tried so hard not to make any jokes about the obvious. The burden is very heavy.
If it wasn't for men,
Skiz Tech, thank you for the gifted 100 subs.
No, it's not. The reason that it's that way is because men are overwhelmingly physically stronger than women.
Who were women's rights protecting us from, though? I'm like, a general. Were they protecting women from other women or women from, as you said, the people who hold the monopoly on brute force?
Well, they're not really protecting anybody from anything because they're an illusion. It's illusory.
But if you were to answer my question...
He just did, but this is way over your head.
Mods can time each other out. That's funny. Apple Eater says, bring back lobotomies. I'm a little iffy on that.
And these ones are so coddled, they have absolutely no concept of the world around them. At all, there is nothing going on upstairs. Clueless.
The reason that women felt so strongly...
They didn't feel strongly. The suffragettes were a small portion. Most women did not want the right. I can't even get into this, but most women didn't.
I've actually have looked into anti-suffragette stuff before. Real smart women there. They understood that the best political impact that they can make is in the home. Nah, regular mods can't, but I've been your master moderator since you started streaming. I've just never taken advantage of that before. Gotcha, yeah. Of course I give you mega mod privileges. You're like mega mod of like Chronic, Ribby, Grey Ghost, Chaz. It would be no different for me. Of course. But yes, we have a hierarchy now. We have a hierarchy now, boys.
Not want most of these rights, okay? I can't get into it for TOS reasons, but most of them didn't even want them.
I'm not disagreeing.
What ended up happening instead was that it was a small collective of very weak men who really pushed through with a lot of money to push
and by weak men, you mean Jews, right, Andrew?
Feminists and these feminist ideals through, but most women didn't want anything to do with it because, here, let me, if you don't mind, if you'll humor me, let me read these anti-arguments. This is from a original anti-suffrage.
Gotcha. I thought you were like head mod or something for the warband. No.
Flyer.
Why were the weak men
not even a feminist
supporting feminism?
Special privileges.
Why did weak men support feminism? That conversation is
Honestly,
so far above your intellectual pay grade, it's not even funny. The fact that you can't look around at the kind of limp-wristed males who call themselves feminists and put two and two together speaks volumes about your thinking skills. Or rather lack thereof.
Married women are not required to contribute to support of the family. Women may work, earn money, and spend it as she pleases, may own real and personal property and
Maybe that Apple Eater says maybe they don't make good sandwiches. Yeah, if Raisin, yeah, make Satanar a head mod on your channel too. Sorry I haven't really been catching up on your streams, man. I've just been like busy with like grad school and like Twitter.
Dispose of it or sell it without her husband's knowledge or consent. The list goes on and on and on. Wife may have millions and cut her husband off without a cent. These do not sound like women were treated poorly or that they weren't treated as equals. They were treated as different because they are different.
Agreed.
And so what happened instead was that men had the overwhelming burden of responsibility, and they were forced by society, the enforcement arm, which is other men, to do their duty. And women were not forced to do that. And when we see the societal role being reversed, where women are forced instead to take on roles that require duty, they don't.
Duty is incompatible with the female mind. That's something Spoon taught me as well. Like, honor, duty, hell, even loyalty, depending on the type of woman. If she's like a virgin, then loyalty is something that will be with her. But if she's not, then loyalty is far gone. I mean, unless you're her first, and she's your first and he's her first, basically. Oh, my streams have sucked lately. I'm on my laptop and I'm very distracted by things in my personal life right now. I won't be streaming for a few weeks. Gotcha, Raisin. All good.
Don't want it.
Honestly, I'm still kind of a little bit racked with COVID here. So I kind of learned that it's COVID, but that hasn't stopped me from going out. But I'm basically I haven't been contagious for like many days now. Also, by the time I really do get over this, it's like I'm actually gonna be recording the Destiny video before I do the Gungrave video. I'll tell you that. Why? Because I uploaded the In Defense of Guilty Gear Strive video in November, and I kind of want it to line up with, I want the Gungrave video to line up with that, so I'm just gonna find me some easily findable Destiny clips, compile them together, and then finish up my script for the Destiny shit list video, and we're all Gucci.
They completely reject it. Like she said, it's basically just all me. And that's why the roles are so messed up. That's why everything is so reversed. That's why everything is the opposite of what it's supposed to be.
100%, he's absolutely right. And you can see this with society right now. They can't understand the statement, with great power comes great responsibility. And frankly, it's because women have been suckered into thinking that men have been oppressing them for all of human history, instead of being grateful they're free to do the dumb things they do now. It comes down to how we're conditioned to wield power. Men don't have a fallback. The burden is all on you because you're a male. You are superior. With the XXs, the fallback is a...
That's including the femboys, too. They're also superior to the average woman. And Ronda Rousey as well.
Man. So when you tell them, no, you're equal now, you live with the consequences of your own actions, you're on your own, they're dumbstruck by this idea, because it's completely antithetical to their nature. They're not wired to be like us, because as Andrew said there, we're not the same, we're different. I do like what he said at the end there though, about me, all of that. Feminism has duped these gullible young'uns into thinking they can behave however they want with absolutely no consequences whatsoever, and if anyone criticizes them, it's never their fault.
Oh my god, I'm trying to destroy a building, but it wasn't my fault. I wasn't the one who threw the brick in there. Camera footage shows that they were the ones to throw the brick in there. Oh my god, that's so misogynistic.
Level of entitlement is insane. I find it fascinating because whilst they are incredibly selfish beings, their thought process is wired to be collectivist, or as we see in the modern day, be seen to care, even though it shows you look utterly delusional and you have no idea what you're talking about or what you're actually advocating for. It's not a serious political position. It's nothing more than a social brand. Leftism is inherently a feminine concept. It's why when you give women an inch in any arena, they destroy it. It's why traditionally only males held the reins of power, because the whamins are hardwired to do this. And it's nothing more than a dangerously stupid pipe dream. Whereas men are the exact opposite to this. We are hardwired to be individualistic, to build oneself up, to make the smallest collective unit possible, and around this, build a legacy. The family. And this unit is the building blocks of any society and hence responsible for the civilization's advancement and maintenance. We collect resources for this particular purpose. Women do not, and this is what they fail to grasp. This is why I said yesterday the concept of independence is a total joke. It's absurdist rhetoric. As a matter of fact, I'll even go one further. Women don't have any power. They never have and they never will. Why?
Even the strongest among them. I could still kick the strongest woman's ass right now because once again, my bone structure, my muscle structures, all that shit allows me to win a fight. Even though, I could probably win against a female Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. All because I know that the position that she'll get me in, I'd probably be like, oh wow, this is feeling really good right now, and I can take advantage of that. Well, not in that way. I don't advocate for anything illegal. I'm just saying in terms of a fight, it's like, hey, I'd be like, well, this feels pretty good right now, and then I just punch her in the face, and she gets knocked out. We lady folk do be breaking shit. Wow, I like this aristocratic utensil guy. He's speaking of the truth. Yeah, go give him a sub. I'm subbed on my main account. This is just my viewing account right now that I'm on. But I will give him a sub because he's going to be posting a really good video soon about some guy who tried to take him down a peg. It did not work. It sounds like you want to manhandle a lady. Well, I wouldn't put it past me. I've done that quite a bit at the bars before. Sup to Spoon, he's cool. That he is. But as I was saying, it's like, I've done that before. It's, we both liked it. I'll tell you that, Apple Eater.
Because they're too weak to exercise any power. It's always done through something else. This is why Andrew said any force and enforcement of any kind of law and order is done through men. This is also why the Atlas Stone was dumbstruck about why weaker men would support feminism. It's because the state apparatus is made of men who want power, and your biological inclination has been hijacked under the guise of giving you the feeling of power, and so how are you surprised the men who occupy the reins of power would support your decision to give it more power? What a shock. I can't understand why they would support you. And by the way, that is the only reason they support you. If polls came out tomorrow that said, yeah, all women are now only voting Republican, you would see the New York Times and the Washington Post crank out articles supporting to repeal the 19th Amendment within the hour. I would bet my life on that. Really, you're just surrendering what little power you had.
And still, repealing the 19th Amendment would be fucking great.
Into the hands of a more appropriate vessel. Hell, even your political perspectives are built around this axiom. Ladies, everything around you is built and maintained by men. Every technological innovation you enjoy that affords you the luxury of generating capital with all kinds of reckless degeneracy was built by men. Ultimately, any courtship with you is a quest to earn your trust and get you to relinquish your power, either to a husband or an agent of the state. Cheers for watching, and once again, I apologize for nothing.
Let's see. I'm frankly baffled at seeing humans that are so incredibly stupid and gullible. You could teach them to ignore reality and follow concepts that make no sense whatsoever. A quote from the aristocratic utensil himself. So yes, like what Satanor said, give a sub to Spoon, the aristocratic utensil. Anyways, I will be right back, and then I'll try to find another Twitter thread to respond to, and then we'll get to our last video of the night. I'm just gonna find me a little Twitter thread that I could comment on. Oh wait, I already have one. Let me just check my notifications real quick. See what I got. Okay. We do have a thread here. I forgot I already had one pulled up earlier. Let's see. Let's get to the article here. This one. Okay. This one's gonna be a bit more on the sillier side. So we have this thread from a Japanese Twitter user. Let's see what it says. Don't worry, they're doing it too. So what this is talking about, it's the trend of, like just a bunch of artists on Twitter redrawing anime characters to be black. And as you can see, it don't look all that great. However, we do have this image. So basically what this is responding to is this image of Marina from Splatoon, whose her skin got a little toned up. Still looking pretty hot, I'll say. I don't mind her being a little bit darker than the image represents it, but it's a good artistic drawing of Chibi Marina. Pretty cute too. And we have a bunch of Japanese comments, which I don't know how to read Japanese, I'll tell you the truth. But we do have some English comments here too. It's fine when they do it though. Seriously, they don't believe blackwashing exists. They really don't. They believe that it's like, oh, black people are so underrepresented in the media, and it's like we should try and take reappropriate Japanese people's media. And it's like, oh, and then we have shit like this. When already in Japanese media, there's already black characters like Marina from Splatoon. And, Marina is pretty hot, if you ask me. She has the tatas out. So, anyways, we have another comment from Sir Slender. Was waiting for when Japan started noticing the widespread racism is only allowed when it's a certain people doing it. Gonna get my popcorn and then cook those frauds. We do not hate them enough. This is clear racism towards Japanese. Why angry over slight skin tone difference? Sorry for the cough. But then make non-black characters black. Blacks can do nothing. Blacks can do nothing but steal. The only thing they make problems. That's based as fuck, man. Holy shit. If you think some of the shit that I say is based as fuck or whatnot, you should see what the Japanese say. It's crazy based. And they get away with it too. On YouTube as well.
Yes, kid.
They are ugly both inside and out. That's why they make everything they touch ugly and racist. Any more English comments? Look at this. Look at this thing of Deku. Oh, hey, K-Plant. How's it going? But look at this. This is Black Deku. I don't even like My Hero Academia, but look at this. Look at this. Someone thought this was like, oh, wow, this is a great positive representation of the culture, man. Whew. A bunch of Japanese comments I cannot read. I swear, never cave to these hypocrites. Don't even hear them out. It's worthless. They are a very small vocal minority and want to ruin everything for everyone else. Japanese artists are great. Keep up the great work. Yep, those are hypocrites. The worst thing you could possibly do is to try to appease them. They won't be satisfied no matter how low you bow, because all they want is to bully. The best option is to double down and ignore them. I'll say something a little bit snarky. That's what people should have been doing with Johnny Somali. He is just like the artists who blackwash these characters made by Japanese, made by notable mangaka. Oh man, I love this. Oh wait, we have a funny image right here too. It's all the redheads being replaced by black people. Man, I definitely do recognize some of them. Why? Why do they hate redheads? I was being caressed by a cute redhead last night. Why do they hate redheads? I love redheads. Redheads and blue eyes, one of the fucking hottest combinations, if you ask me. I love that stuff. Man, I feel personally attacked. The Japanese have found the black edits. All their patience is over. Let the cooking begin. This is gonna be some interesting final months. Redheads are Aryan, so of course they hate them. That's interesting. I didn't know that. I probably have a little bit of Aryan in me too, I guess, because I'm part Irish. But we have this funny little webcomic. Hey, you used the wrong skin color. Please respect the characters you're drawing. Fat Misty. Fat, Black Homer, Communist Homer. Little Mermaid. Trans Superman. Ugh. In that case, then literally, yes, you do. Oh, hell yeah, Satanar! Hell yeah! No, I'm joking around a bit, but hey, that's still cool, though. They literally expect anime to look like this. Hey, I guess this is we was Demon Slayer and shit, even though I don't even like Demon Slayer. It sucks. I want to apologize from half of the community as a black person. You guys don't deserve hate. Let's see what the comments say here. Besides, I've seen people don't know how to color skin. Maybe some people needed, some people... Wait, hold on. What? Besides, I've seen people don't know how to color skin. Maybe some people needed it if... What? What the...
What the hell is this?
It's also what we still call ourselves. Interesting. Want to know something funny? Piccolo, a Namekian, is considered black to them, an alien of all things. Interesting. Why did you lighten her skin color? The eyedropper tool exists. God, it's okay, dude. It's okay, faggot. White bi cis. She, her, herself. Get off the birth control, bitch. Anyways, I think we get the idea of this thread. Still, just fucking look at this shit. I still can't believe this shit even exists. I don't know why they try to, quote unquote, blackwash shit that don't belong to them. As for us normal people who actually respect these works, we draw fan art that is normal of these characters. Even though I'm not exactly the biggest fans of Spy Family, Demon Slayer, My Hero Academia, or whatever this is from. I can't even tell what the original one is. And yeah, Satanar, for no reason, you guys are correct too. Some Greeks could actually be considered Aryans. Not all of them are Semites, that's for sure. Anyways, let's get to our next funny video. Sorry. Oh, wrong tab. Didn't mean to put on the end tab right there. Anyways, we have our next, probably last video of the night, because I do have to get going soon. It's almost 10, so that means the bar is calling me. we're gonna look at the end of the adult daycare saga.
You know what time it is. Everyone's favorite thing. Seeing privileged, entitled tech workers show off their fabulous lifestyles, their easy, lackadaisical, laissez-faire days, and their wonderful meals that you can only imagine the taste of because you're too broke to afford them. And by the way, they're always free.
Day in the life as a 23-year-old product manager at Meta.
What the hell is this?
Greeks. First of all, Greeks are an offshoot of the Aryans, yes, but ancient Egyptians weren't Greeks until after Alexander conquered them. They too were originally a split of the Aryans too. Oh, that's interesting. Hence the heavy genetic similarity between many pharaohs and modern Irish people. Holy shit. That's honestly interesting. After the stream, like, while I'm at the bar, like, do feel free to DM me about this. I'll read it, probably respond to it too. Honestly, that's interesting. Like, do tell me more later.
Whoa. That was quick. Day in the life as a product manager at Meta. What the hell product does Meta have besides a horrible 3D world? Where I believe, I can't even say it, but someone was accused of grape in Meta.
Okay. Okay. How the fuck does that happen?
I should just show you the clip because I can't even explain it. Okay, let's read her journal. Affirmations. I am beautiful. I am...
What the hell is this? What the hell is this?
Baby girl,
what the hell is this?
You need some writing lessons.
What the hell is this?
I am amazing TM, I think. I am... What the hell does that mean?
I am compable. I love moo life. Is this bitch trying to speak Greek or something?
Jesus Christ, it's chicken scratch. Literal chicken scratch. How do you get a job making 6 figures and you can't even write your affirmations clear enough for someone to read? It's practically Japanese.
That does not look like capable. Raisin, I don't think that's Saltanar and Raisin, I don't think that's capable. That's like Kohawk.
I love my life. Somebody will probably be able to read this because it's like some dude in the comments who understands chickenese.
Chickenese.
Like, Gundam, you fool.
What the hell is this?
That says I'm...
Will do. Unfortunately, there isn't a great deal written on this topic in the last century. I'll see what I could gather. And yeah, please, feel free to do so. I mean, I'm still streaming myself, so I'd love to do some autistic digging. But I'm also about to head to the bar in about 30-ish minutes, so...
Appreciated. Wow, dude. To-do list. Does that say wank? What does that say?
Because I think that says work, but it looks like wank.
And a wank.
Nothing wrong with no crank.
That looks like wank, dude. Workout and vibe.
What?
All right. We're going to get some vibes going. What a to-do list. The ego already is astronomical. I wake up and my to-do list is get to work, bitch. Hers is like, we're going to vibe today. Dude, you should see my affirmation.
What the fuck does vibe mean? I mean, I kind of do, but in this context, it's just like, what the fuck does it actually mean?
I wake up and I'm like, you suck. You garbage. This video is sponsored by Kamikoto. I don't need to make Chinese terms. Also, through your rib sharpening and
Cool
mish
knives,
sale right with the
cool knives.
Support the channel. Can't even see what manifestations is, unfortunately. Her gratitude is boyfriend.
Oh,
I can't even read that last.
bro.
What is this in job? Okay, so her job. I'm done reading this. Chicken scratch. Okay, family is one of them. Manifestations, dream.
Boyfriend. What kind of boyfriend? You're not looking at me. Even though chicks were like caressing. Wait, that's gonna be the after show segment about this, about what happened to me at the bar last night. It was crazy.
Of something, dream day. I'm done. Let's move on.
I always journal in the morning. I then do a quick workout routine. I get dressed. I try to look cute every day.
Her very voice is just so grating.
I'm trying to look cute every day. Oh my god. Ha ha ha.
Isn't it? It's like the typical, I believe the term online is Stacy voice. You know, the voice you use in your
Valley Girl.
Making fun of a woman. Like, oh my god.
Oh my god.
I can't wait to go to work every day. I'm so proud. My job is great.
Got some food.
My testosterone levels are nice and stable, not too high.
The office. I make a coffee.
I'm telling you, I'm using all my buttons today. Holy shit.
I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing.
Dude, look at that office food. Look at that.
Told ya.
I could pay Panera Bread $30 or $40 and they won't give me food that looks that lovingly made. Look how nutritious this looks. I'm hungry.
What the hell is this?
This girl's life must be so semi-charmed.
God.
What is this place? What?
I need that. I did some work.
Wait, work on the roof. Look at this place. Mark Zuckerberg is throwing all this cash in a Meta, and this is where it's going. For privileged white girls to make videos showing off how great their life is.
What the hell is this?
This is how disconnected you are.
That's my impression. That's my impersonation of the girl dancing on the roof. Like, holy shit, Zuck! You gotta get some better staff if you want Metaverse to be the future.
You have to be from reality. I know a lot of dudes that watch me. They do a lot of things. We got garbage men. We got metal workers, military, police. The police in Texas said they will protect me from Pokemon fans. They're like real guys. They don't want to hear about the best part of my day. They want something relatable. But on TikTok, it's like you can flex all over your fan base all day. Like, look at my job. I'm eating on the roof next to a beach. It's beautiful. Look.
These guys are more like spoiled than Love and Light TV. And what I mean by that is, like, you know, Love and Light TV, he gets to have all the sex he wants in a single day. But still, he still has a bit of a grind to do too. Some of his bitches aren't the most cooperative. Like the time where, you know, one of his bitches wore socks in front of him. And he told him that he would never wear socks in front of King again. I don't know. King, as much as I like King, King is also pretty weird too. I'll tell you that.
Look at this meal. And meanwhile, the TikTok people are giving it likes. Like, oh, yes, I love it. I love to see someone succeed while I'm failing.
Worked until lunch and then ate up there. Here's me being cute.
Oh, my God.
Wait, it's that dumb cunt? Oh, my God.
Here's me being cute, you guys. You like it?
I got a snack always. I then shuttled home. The view's so pretty. Met up with some friends for dinner, and then my boyfriend came over and was acting like a DJ for my dog.
Look at this.
What a faggot!
Life. I've done more for the world
That's coming from all the shit that I've said tonight on stream.
Around me than this girl will ever do in her existence, and I live like an absolute bum. Ex-Joppy the Hung. Like, watching this depresses me. Oh, how much farther? 5 minutes out of like a minute-long video because there's just so much here to extrapolate and just... Her annual salary in marketing at Meta is, get this, bro, $266.
What the fuck? What the fuck? $266,000, $273. My brain's getting jumbled just reading that.
What the hell is this? 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 What the hell is this?
I can't stop mashing that button enough. I just can't.
6,000.
What the hell is even that?
That's the base pay that they give you. That's
Big Daddy government pays well if you sell your soul. No doubt she probably sucked off Mark Zuckerberg.
bottom dollar. Then additional pay of $100,000 a year.
Why? You little piece of dribble piss.
Dude, I could bust my ass working for sponsors. I ain't getting that kind of money. I'm not even kidding. You don't need to know my problems. If I die, I die. She posts this. And then literally the next few days, like within a week, Meta platforms, it bottoms out. The stock drops $243 because Meta sucks. It sucks. It's garbage. Have you seen it? Meta looks like PlayStation Home had sex with like Wii U, and it created these people that don't have limbs.
They had to remove the legs because, you know, the guys are being too horny. And he's like, oh, we can't have that in our virtual world. When in World of Warcraft, you could do that right fucking now. I don't even play the game anymore, but you could still do that.
Point being, it's over.
Go to the Moonguard realm, play Alliance, go to Goldshire. Need I say more?
The Zuck is firing 1,000 meta workers. So if I was this girl, I'd be worried about my job. I hope you didn't get a long-term lease, honey. Meta lays off more.
I hope this bitch got fired.
Than 11,000 employees. The parent Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp reduces its workforce by 13% and extends a hiring freeze throughout the first quarter of next year. Good idea. You're paying for people to chill out on roofs and eat extravagant meals while making TikToks. Great investments. Let's see what it's like to work at Google. This is going to depress the hell out of me.
Here's a day in the life working at Google.
Oh, I don't even want to know what this is like, and I've seen this video before.
As an account strategist in LA. The office parking lot was actually so full today that I had to valet my car.
Whoa, 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 she's driving a Mercedes.
I don't even have a car. I'm too poor to buy one.
How is it?
Even before, like, what happened in June happened, I still was not able to buy myself a car.
I'm a content creator that's semi-liked, and I've had a couple articles written about.
Oh, Gundam, I like your stuff quite a bit. My viewers like your stuff, too. Go give It's a Gundam a subscription.
About me, I think only one good one. And I don't have a Mercedes. Dude, let me see that again. Oh!
Oh, I'm about to bust in his mouth.
Oh, her mirror's moving their own. Oh my god, I have to do that by hand.
Which was free. As soon as I walked in, I grabbed my breakfast for today, which is going to be this iced coffee and a banana. Got to work for a few hours.
I swear, if it weren't for my parents, I'd be homeless right now. And honestly, I'm eternally grateful for them.
Then I decided to walk over to the nap room, which, yes, Google.
Nap rooms? What the fuck? Do you want to know how long my naps are if I have to take one? About like 5 to 10 minutes. That's a normal person's nap, but this chick is like, I'm just gonna go in the nap room and... Like, oh my god. Oh my god, seriously. What the hell? She just gets to slack off all day while I'm working my ass off for grad school. It is nutty.
Google has nap rooms, and people actually use them. There's
wonderful, a nap room. Just in case you're...
It's fucking kindergarten!
Overwhelmed. Dude, I don't even allow myself to take naps, even when I'm doing, like, a 16-hour editing marathon. And my lead designer, because she's the only designer I have, she's like, you're going to die. You're going to die if you keep this up. And I'm like, I can't stop. I have no choice.
There's a full-on futon in here, some comfy blankets and pillows. After
the misery machine.
For a quick 5-minute break, I got back to work for a few more hours.
Dude, like, Google treats its employees so well, but YouTube treats its content creators that they don't like we're garbage. Like we're Like we're the enemies of the state.
And then decided to walk over to lunch. Here's the little snack area. And I saw someone comment in my last video, yes, all of these snacks and drinks and food are free.
Look at those sandwiches.
Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck?
Okay, I only get one free meal a day on campus because I'm a grad student. This chick doesn't have to spend anything on groceries! I have to spend shit on groceries! I'm choosing not to right now! I'm serious about this! I'm not even trying to spend like money on groceries right now because of how expensive they are. And also my bank account too. It's suffering a little bit. I'll tell you that much. God damn it. These bitches are so spoiled and entitled.
Sandwiches, you know they're fresh. You know they're fresh, and then like the second those sandwiches are like a day old, they just go right in a dumpster. Right in a dumpster. They don't even take it to the homeless, I bet. Google just throws it in a dumpster, calls it a day. They could at least mail me a sandwich. Hey,
I'd love to be mailed a sandwich as well from like Jersey Mike's or something. That'd be great. That'd be great. I'd love that.
Gundam, we demonetized you for erroneous reasons. For your felonious capers. Here's a tuna sandwich.
Which is amazing. But I decided not to grab anything and just go to the salad bar, so I made my own.
I will say I am a bit of a picky eater. However, these people are not.
Little salad with some cucumbers, quinoa, and chicken. And then I went with the strawberry balsamic dressing and added some croutons. And
so delicious, and it's free. That's the most amazing part. You're a little tired, you're a little peckish. Take a nap, honey. Come over, have a sandwich. I'm sure you're stressed.
a side of berries, of course. Then after lunch, I had a team meeting in the Harry Potter conference room. This is by...
Oh, wait. The what? The what? I need to chug some more booze. That was a lot for me. Let me put this away, so I don't get too carried away. Even though I'm gonna have more by the time I go out. Oh boy, my snails understand this too.
By far my favorite conference room in the entire office.
A Harry Potter conference room. As we all know, Harry Potter, totally transphobic. This needs to be canceled.
Look at this cool Hogwarts book. And then after work, we had a team dinner, so we just headed over to this Mexican restaurant down the street. The drinks and the food were 10 out of 10. And that's it for today, so follow for more.
Google is also now in layoff season, and they may fire up to 10,000 low...
I hope that bitch gets fired or has gotten fired.
...performing employees. So that basically means if you are resting on your laurels, making cute little TikToks and enjoying your Jamba Juice, your job could be in jeopardy.
Good!
That's the whole point of this video. Things are not going well. Ad revenue's down, and everyone's sweating bullets. And now it's time to separate the wheat from the chaff. I only...
Oh boy. Just give me a minute, then we'll get to the after show, and then that'll be the end of the stream. For now, I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. Now, let's get on to my quick little after show segment. Just gotta wait for the thing to... There we go. Alrighty, so... let me tell you about what happened to me last night. It's a feel-good story for the ages. Basically, I was surrounded by a bunch of hot chicks. I was talking to a cute brunette with blue or green eyes. I was talking to a redhead with blue eyes. I was also talking to a blonde with blue eyes. I felt like I was in heaven last night. It was really fun and really good. I liked that. The chicks were especially clingy that night. I even got a number 2. What can I say? I'm just a cool dude. I'm just a cool dude who curls 80s and can bench 2 plates and knows Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu. What can I say? I'm a cool dude. Even though some people on Twitter might be like, oh my god, ScurvyRum is an anti-Semite. Oh my god, I can't believe it. And it's like, well, I'm sorry, I don't really care about Jews very much. I do have some friends, but, you know, aside from that. Oh, man. Anyways, that was my quick little story I wanted to say. I was really happy about the turnout of like how many people were viewing the stream tonight. We were close to like 15 viewers max. We had like 14 max. I would have liked to have that 1.5, you know, but hey, you know, something can only happen in due time. I just have to keep promoting my stuff here on Twitter. However, I will say, I'll try, now that I'm basically almost better from COVID, I'm going to try to work on the Destiny video before I work on the Gungrave video. I just have to re-record the first level of Gungrave Gore, and then, well, the way that I kind of want it, the music down, that's basically it, because I plan on doing a little bit of a special introduction for that video. However, I do plan on getting the... Honestly, I'm probably going to get the audio portion of the Destiny video done before I do the intro. But other than that, of course, I'm still going to stream next week. In the meantime, allow me to actually see if anybody is live right now, actually. So let me just go to the YouTube studio. Let's see. You're just gonna go to my channel. Who is live? Oh, looks like Nick Starling is live. So give Nick Starling some love. I'm gonna post the link to his stream right here. Go watch Nick Starling's stream, but tell him I'm at the bars right now. Anyways, thank you guys for the great turnout tonight. I'm hoping the turnout for my streams in the future are going to be just like this. I really appreciate every single one of you. With that being said, I'll catch you guys later. I'll say hi to Nick, and then I'll get going. So, see you guys later.